Stuns.
The
Can I get
Gulag
a phone
Podcast. You know what? We're trying to.
Ooh.
If you were here when Jay was talking about what he was going to do with the pineapple pizza, I think you'd be really amazed.
Ew.
Really amazed at what happens to a pineapple pizza when Jay's around. Where he plans.
It's amazing
to
that
stick
I never even said I was going to do what I was going to do with that. I was going to shove it up Loki's ass so I would never have to see it again.
Where no
There you
pineapple pizza has gone before.
I don't know about that.
Actually, well,
I mean, do you want him to pre-soak and rinse or what? How does this work out?
did we just miss the fact that he just said, like, I haven't done it before?
I said I don't know about that.
He says he doesn't know about that.
Yeah, okay.
You know, cucumbers, okay. Like
You don't know what I do in my free time.
Hey, no judging.
Bust down, Tatiana. Bust down.
Kermit will disagree with that fact that we don't know what you do in your spare time.
Oh, what would he say I do?
Nope. Not going there.
No, not even gonna go there.
Today we have an Emmy nominated producer and director, Loren Reed, or LWR as he likes to be called. Loren, welcome to the chaos, as you can see here. Welcome.
The pleasure is all mine.
Well, you're gonna regret that comment in a minute. But listening to these guys, listen to these guys. We have Jay Stuns, the Pineapple Pizza King. We got the gaming doc as usual, and the new blood over there, Loki, Kermit the Frog.
Sorry, it's actually Come Quick the Frog to you.
There he is. He must like it because I have all this green in my background, so you know it works out. If you ever get a green screen, you'll never be able to do Kermit the Frog because what's going to happen is you're going to pull it up.
Kermit will be invisible.
Kermit will be invisible. So just
I'll
know
also
that.
paint him blue.
There you go.
No, I'm not. I'm leaving that joke.
Yeah,
where
I
it
was
is.
about
I'm
to. Yeah,
Nope.
I was about to go
Nope.
somewhere with.
Oh, what were you gonna go? Blue balls? Is that
Nope.
where you're gonna go with that
No,
No?
I'm leaving it alone.
one? What were you
Nope.
thinking? Paint him white?
Nope.
No.
Man, less than a minute and it's already off the rail.
Paint his face. Wait, what are we talking about here?
I'm staying out of it. I'm good.
We're getting lost right here.
I'm gonna paint. Come quick like one of my French girls.
Can someone play the Titanic music, please? Is that copyrighted?
No.
Can someone let me know?
Definitely.
Damn it. So, Loren, we're talking today, number one, about your rich history as far as the scene in Hollywood and being in that industry for a long time, but also what we're going to be talking about is a new project that you know what, we're kind of just 2021 is kind of the year of shit to happen. I've been telling this to people a lot. Stop bullshitting yourself. Stop saying tomorrow or the next day or a week from now, because I guarantee you, the good guy upstairs is going to tell you that that's not going to be promised to you. So here we are. We're talking about this project. Just give us a little background about where you started from and your history, and you know now to where you are writing and like producing all these different avenues for people to go to, which gaming is included in this movie. And I've been giving teasers about this movie. I will give another teaser with his real soon. But Loren, yeah, just let us know where your background and where you came from.
Yeah, well, I started out writing sketches, movies, and actually filming videos when I was in grade school. So I found the camera and hung out doing that stuff, started writing out this different little scenarios and little things like that. Went into drama, high school, went from there to college doing different creative things, and finally got hired. I don't know how that happened, but crazy things happen in people's lives. Once I did that, then I got involved with a great team in LA. They were really covering a lot of the celebrity events. So here I am, helper, driving the cable, holding the camera, actually interviewing people to help the crew that I'm with, because some of them were kind of going off in insane directions. Like I'm not going to mention anybody's names here, but you guys know your initials. And so I was getting the fun of things and learning how to really connect. And so one thing led to another. Next thing I know, I'm working with some of the likes of some of the people that you spoke of. Particularly one of the things I highlight pops in my head was being invited to breakfast at Calabasas with Will Smith and his family, and we were talking over independent productions, particularly since his family wanted to augment their business and start producing independent material, valuing some of the minds out there that have some crazy thoughts, off the charts thoughts, and things like that. And so networking, working on projects, Denzel and his son, and others just really led to some great times. You mentioned earlier about when you and I were at Acapulco, if you will, and I'm not talking about the land. I'm talking about the great restaurant there. Having something
Having
to
lunch
eat
with
with
Cedric the
Cedric's
Entertainer.
folks.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I think didn't you follow him into the bathroom trying to talk to this guy?
Yeah, because what happened was me and him had started a conversation because they were, they every time we have these meetings, there's always like that one exec that wants to talk about business the whole time. Me and Cedric are sitting next to each other, and we're having a conversation about, because at that time I just started getting into stand-up comedy, so he was giving me all his little pointers. So
Crushing
we
each
were,
other.
yeah.
Crushing.
So we were sitting there just talking about stand-up comedy, and there's always that one exec that just blah blah blah, and me and Lauren are just sitting there just like. I go, yeah. They're like, oh yeah, the bill's on us. Oh, perfect. Margaritas over here, please, right?
Yeah.
So we're sitting there
From water to margaritas quick, yeah.
yeah, so we're sitting there talking about, me and Seth are talking, and they wouldn't let these movie execs were just like blah blah blah. We walked away. We're like, all right, hey bro, we're gonna go to the bathroom, and we're sitting there rapping in the bathroom, and he comes walking in. He goes, geez, this is what you got to do to get away from those guys. They go, yeah, we're literally sitting in the bathroom at a restaurant talking about what we want to talk about instead of talking about these movie projects that are coming up. So yeah, I mean that, Will Smith, Denzel, like that guy's been an idol of mine for years, and actually, sit there and see that him and his son are, and how down to earth they are, it's really cool. So without him, I would have never gone to the Grammys. Like how many times, God, so many things in Hollywood that I got to do was because of this man right here. So, and now future projects as far as the digital age, because not a lot of people are buying movie tickets anymore. Not a lot of people are going to the movie theaters anymore, because not only because of COVID, but because by the time you get in there, you've spent $44 to go watch a damn movie. I know everybody can attest to that. It's easier just to have a downloaded thing at your house that makes money from streaming sources, which is what everybody's going to pretty soon. Just like the malls. I visited a mall like a month back. These people overextended their $1 billion project, and now people aren't even moving into the mall that they. I'm serious. It's nice. It has nice marble floors and plenty of parking spaces. But now, what are you doing with it? No one wants to. I can go on Amazon and buy anything that the mall has. Why am I here? I can go stream movies at home, and it makes it easier because people don't want to leave their house now, especially with COVID. Now the uptick of why Amazon Studios has a studio in Santa Monica now, and that's hopefully that's where the project's going, is into Amazon Studios, because they've built a multi-million-dollar franchise of movie studios over there just to film Amazon stuff. Same thing with Netflix. Netflix has a studio. Everybody has their own studios now to do stuff, make original movies at home. So, but yeah, I remember that day very much so. Sitting there in downtown Beverly. Was it Beverly Hills we were at? Where were we at? It was Beverly Hills at the Acapulco Mexican restaurant, and like, some other people showed up too. Like that's the great part about when we were in LA, is like all like you could go. I met Jackie Chan at the Beverly Hills, the Beverly Center, literally at a Sharper Image. I was sitting there looking at
Anderson, you two were kicking it.
Yeah,
at the
Anthony Anderson. But I remember Jackie Chan in particular because I see this little Asian man in a white jean. I remember white jean jacket, white jeans. I'm at the Sharper Image. Every time you go to Sharper Image, the first thing you go for is for the massage chairs.
Fly as fuck in that
So
way.
here I am. I'm sitting in a massage chair, and here comes sitting next to me is Jackie Chan. And I look over at him. I'm like, I recognize this guy. Right? And I'm looking at him. I'm going to go, you're Jackie Chan, huh? He goes, yeah. And I'm just looking at him. I go, dude, I was like, what the fuck? What are you doing? A sharper image, looking at like a massage chair. Like how random. But that's the thing. When you go to LA and when you go to these places, that's the kind of stuff you expect. Like we were running into people all the time over there. Anthony Anderson, and we ran into him. And so that's the thing is like I don't know. Like LA is a totally different dynamic now, but from where it was before. Because I think a lot of people are like Tyler Perry moved his studios to Atlanta.
ATL, yeah.
A lot of movie studios have started moving their stuff to New Mexico, which is cheaper, and a lot of movie industry has moved their stuff to New Mexico to film because everything's cheaper there, and it doesn't take $10,000 in permits to start filming on the street, like like over here in LA. And I mean, there's nights, we were filming other stuff in LA, and they're filming another movie on the same block in Hollywood. I remember, what were they filming? They're filming the Entourage, the opening scene of Entourage, when we were filming something on Hollywood Boulevard at the same time. So yeah, it's an interesting thing. If you've never never been in Hollywood or never been in the entertainment industry, it's interesting the people that you meet and and that's why I always tell people that I treat everybody the same. I don't care if I've seen you in a movie or whatever, because I've met so many of them. It's like, they're a normal human being. So, but I mean, you came here today for a specific
somewhat.
No, I mean, everybody was down to earth. Everybody that Denzel down to earth, Will was down to earth, Cedric was, I mean, and that's the way they want to be treated. They don't want you to be over there all fanboying, taking pictures. I don't think we have one picture like with all of us together. We just sat there and talked, and then that was it. We were all just hanging out, and that was. Oh, I did take a picture with Ced because he said one day that he would see me at the Improv and what was that? What's that? The Laugh Factory, which apparently I said too many interesting things to be on the Laugh Factory. But whatever.
And if you fast forward that now to the day here, we got streamers and dreamers. Making it happen. You got the green screen behind you. You don't need Holly Will. You got Paulo Will. You got everybody there doing the Twitch thing.
So, I mean, we got the gaming doc. I mean, like, come on, huh?
Oh,
it took a year.
Right there.
Yeah, it took me a year to bring her into Twitch. She was in
but you did it.
She did it. She took the leap of faith, right?
And I love it, and I'm totally grateful. And the main thing was that I didn't believe that it's like, well, who would be interested in anything I'd have to say? And that was when he talked about, there's streamers who sometimes need somebody to talk to. They need somebody to listen to them. And, being an old boomer lady who loves to play games on a mountain, this has been an absolute blast.
And it's important that we understand that the world itself is changing. It's not, as much as we want to live in the past of the Charlie Chaplin days, like, where I used to live, Charlie Chaplin's original studios still sits there. We have to understand that change is going to happen, and we're either going to have to adapt to this change and adapt to the changes that are happening, or it's not going to. It's things are not going to move forward. Like we literally, a lot of people get stuck in the past. I mean, look at Jay Stuns, man. He's going to go eat pineapple pizza today. That's a big forward movement right there. Like I look at as much as when I found out that he hated pineapples and this challenge ever first started, he sat there and he was sitting there going, I don't think this is ever going to happen, but if it does, then I'm going to have to suck it up buttercup. And at first,
clarify, it still didn't happen.
You didn't let it happen.
You have to make me order a pizza. Just thinking about this makes me really want to order a pizza right now.
And send it to his house?
Yeah, I'm ordering a pizza.
Well, I'm glad we made your lunch choice for you.
And dinner.
My God.
Well,
all right.
You guys are definitely some great characters. One thing, it kind of reminds me, when I used to hang out a little bit with Sacramento Kings in their gaming room, state of the art. I mean, it just blows you away there. But the Kings guard doing the NBA 2K thing. But as soon as they're done with the practice and stuff, then the real shit hits the fan, and that's when we get together like this and really
Oh yeah.
talk and,
Oh yeah. This is
talk to
literally
this stuff here.
this is literally like
that's what's
usual.
real.
This is literally like usual suspects right here. We have
Yeah.
a set of usual suspects. We consistently like
That's
if
good.
there's something where we had to talk about it. There's the Corbulus 9000. There's Deadeye Girl, which she always has her like. She has like the mother. She's like her and Doc are the same. They have like that motherly approach to it. But when they have to give their opinion about it, they're gonna let you know, right? But they'll sit there and have their motherly approach. Then we have Death Angel, and then Loki just came into the usual suspects crew. But we literally, when we get together, it's like 3 hours or 4 hours of just laughing because sometimes we can't get past one subject because peanut butter. Imagine of all things, peanut butter being one of the subjects that we cannot get past. We will find a reason to talk about peanut butter because of Corbulus for at least almost 20 minutes of just peanut butter talk. So yeah, but I mean, this is the new age of entertainment, right? And you're slowly getting into this and understanding what this is about and what this new age entertainment is about because it is something that's like, hey. It's something that is changing the world, changing the way we do stuff. And that's why when we had our meeting last week and I was talking to you about this, how much more when you come up with movies, when you write and produce stuff, how much more of an advantage you have of going to places like Apple and Netflix and Amazon because this is where everybody goes. If we did a survey today to see how many people actually go to the movie theaters, you're not going to have a bunch of people going, "Oh yeah, I love to spend $50 to take my family to the movies," because that's what it takes to just to get people in.
And walk out disappointed.
Yeah, walk out to some disappointed bullshit that they didn't even like.
So you put on a mask and put a gun to my head next time you're going to take that money. Like
yeah. Shit, I'll just donate it to you if that's the way. Stop wasting my time. My time is more important than it's.
Yeah.
But I mean, like what? Almost $12 a person to get in. Then you got popcorn, which, by the way, I bought a big ass box of that movie theater popcorn stuff at Costco for $5 or $6, and you're charging me $10 for popcorn. Like this diabetes thing of soda that I see people. Dude. Some of I don't drink soda anymore, but there's some people, man, like it's like, I don't know what it's called, Megatron cup or whatever the hell it is that they have at the movie theater. No, not even that. No, this thing looks like a tub of popcorn.
Oh, I've seen it. It's like
I'm sitting there looking at them. I'm like, sir, like, did you
it's
want
it's what fits in the big cup holder.
Did you want to get up every 5 seconds to go to the bathroom while in the middle of a movie? Like I think about this stuff, and so a lot of people would rather be at home in the comfort of their own home, and where the terms Netflix and chilling came from because you don't ever really watch the movie. I remember so many times doing stuff in the movie theater. By the way, with that in mind, tip of the day.
Been there, done that. Very
Tuesday,
fun.
yes, Tuesday when there's nobody there at the movie theaters because it's a weekday. Take your significant other over there. Anyways, if you guys want to have fun, I've done it a couple.
Don't do the mistake that I did and then have a family sit next to you, even though you're all the way up in the back.
No, you make sure that the movie theater is empty. I would pick the movies.
The family came up to us. Those kids left a
No. When I say empty, you survey the movie theater and make sure that it's empty. I pick the movies that no one wants to go watch, and it's really loud. You want to know why I pick it? Because it's really loud. Because no matter how much she screams, you won't hear anything. It's like part of the movie.
So basically, you go to the movies with somebody when it's Nicolas Cage in the theater, basically.
Yeah, basically. Or not a lot of action. So tip of the day.
Speaking of that, let me tell you a little bit about Gamers Days of Death.
Okay.
That's the project I'm pushing out there, and it's if you want to think of a comp, how about like maybe 13 hours meets the Marvel movies, if you will. A little bit of that kind of action that's blended, hybrid action there, if you will, and comedy, and the part that I love, fantasy, mixing the fantasy, because everybody can relate. And that's what this one is here. Let me give you a quick log line there. Everybody wants to have at least a line or so they have an idea of what's going on. Yeah, but it's taking place throughout Southern California, this present day. And the log line is a gamer whose sister is kidnapped by a gang of thugs. In a case of mistaken identity, they unwittingly team up with a teen cartel assassin to get her back. So, with that being said, you're going to see some characters that we all can relate to, but they get a chance to put on a different set of clothes. They get a chance to live a different lifestyle in their urgency to get out there and save their family. Again, I've been put in that circumstance, and this is what helped seed one of the ideas there when I was in Rio de Janeiro, and I was doing some filming, and there were some young gangsters there on motorcycles there, and inside the car that I was riding in, I guess it looked similar to one of their enemies. And so I quickly found myself surrounded by about 6 or 7 16-year-old gun-wielding nice guys who wanted to check us out real closely. And after they spoke with a few of the folks there and heard me speak, and I don't speak any Portuguese, and that's what they were speaking down there, they realized, oh, wait a minute, we got the wrong guy in a similar-looking car, and this is an American guy, and he's got a camera. And so they all wanted to be movie stars right on the spot. So I told them, hey, let me get a hold of my partner there. He's got the green screen. His crew, they'll show up if you want to be in the movies. And
You don't know how many times you don't know how many times this guy's tried to get me to go to Brazil, and only for one reason. Only for one reason. For stuff that
scenery.
No, not a translator for stuff that I may have not done in the past that I'm very skilled set to do over there. Yeah.
In bulk.
So for stuff that I may or may not have done in the past that he knows that I'm very skilled at, he wants me to go to Brazil every time because there's too many favelas there.
Brazil is beautiful. I loved it.
I have to remind him that we have diplomacy laws that I cannot do certain things over there that he's asking for me to be doing. So the only thing I'd be doing there is getting getting like 18-year sentences over there. Because of all that consecutive, because of all that, you know what, over there, that place, whoo, makes some beautiful women.
How long were you there in Brazil?
I was there for about maybe 3 weeks. I spent time in a village in the Amazon, and I went to. We came into Rio Branco and then went down to Boca de Acre, and it was pretty amazing. One of the hats I wear is as a medicine woman, and so I've been blessed to go to a lot of different places in the world, study a lot of different indigenous practices, and participated in ceremonies. So I spent time in Africa and in Costa Rica, and so it's just. But I love Brazil. The whole time I was there, it was just amazing.
All right, he told me he loved Brazil too because the place is like cheap. $20 fed like what, a whole crew, right? The whole crew got fed with $20 over there.
That's right. And I wasn't sure at first because they were talking about reais. So when they were talking about that's going to cost you a couple hundred reais, I go for some fries and some pizza, and then the guys whisper in my ear, "Oh no, it's like $7." Oh yeah.
He told me that he had a party.
No pineapple.
No pineapple, Jay. He told me one time that that they had gotten into, it was like a nightclub / restaurant, right? In Rio de Janeiro. He told me he went in there, he had like 22 people with him. Okay. It was a lot of people. There was like a lot of people. I remember this story he told me. They came back with a bill, and I think he almost shit his pants because it said what, like 50 of their money, Riyadh, right? And he's over there blowing his lid going, what the fuck did you guys order? Blah, blah, blah. And then the interpreter goes, dude, that's $20. He goes, oh, shit, here.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. That was it. It's fun all over the world. And speaking of all over the world, this movie here and the projects I do, it's meant to just really be shot all over the world, shared all over the world. It's all about engaging people's minds, having people react, having people relate to their crazy experiences. If you can think back to some of the most scary experiences that you had as a young teen, and then elevating all the way up to today, and you compare those, you know how you swap stories, war stories, and everything. That's what this movie is really about. It's really about again, when you have these innocent gamers living in their own world. I live around gamers in my neighborhood. I got the kids in the house. Really have their own world, have their own language, have their own thoughts, and to be automatically shoved out of that environment, put in a hostile environment. The one thing that connects you all is your love of family and your love of self, and you're going to go out there and try and rescue someone and save someone again that is you people you're running with, or whether it's your family. You don't care about the other folks there. So well, that means they got to go ahead and put on that Kevlar when they get ready to do that Army Zone and the other stuff there, and get out there and deal with the real deal. So you have virtual skills, if you will, virtual tactics, if you will, and you're going to go ahead and play that against real gunplay in the real world. And that's what you see in the face-off in the heart of this movie. How do you get
Yeah.
your mind to translate? How do you get your mind to think? How do you get your body to react, particularly when you come from one end of the spectrum? And these folks here are more on the introverted side, very quiet, into their own thing, and all of a sudden now you're blasted into another world. But again, for survival of family and survival of yourself, you're forced to get into an uncomfortable, violent world. And so the comical stunts, the comical language, the things that we've been talking about today, the things that we dream about today, right off the cuff, all of those things get meshed together with the reality of today. And they're out there on that mission, unlikely as it is. And the fact that a reputed teen cartel assassin happens upon the scene where these two gamers are attacked again because of the thugs who are feeling no pain, coked out, so to speak, mistake the vehicle and the people inside for the snitches that they're after. And once they mount that attack, thank goodness this unlikely hero, a reputed teen cartel assassin, comes to their aid, able to put down, spray down good fire, and teach them how to, after convincing them, hey, we better go get your sister. Forget the cops, ditch the cops because your sister will be dead by the time the cops get you. Let's come with me. Let's go out there and save your sister and do something great. That's the premise of the story. They hit the road. They follow these guys. In the meantime, they describe their life. They introduce our a guy. His name is El Kukui. That's his AKA there, the ghost. And they introduce them to each other. The main character, his name is BB Bot. It stands for Boom Boom Bot. And the other one is Body Patcher. And that's his AKA. So between the three of them, they engage, and I guess when you find out that there is a little difference between real life recoil during your combat duty and real life tactics, you don't just go running trying to shoot everybody. You learn the different techniques. These are things that they learn on the fly. Thankfully, if you will, to again our unlikely hero, who, like I said, being a teen cartel assassin, able to teach them different moves about cover, different moves about sounds and silence, and how many times to shoot, when to peel, and things along those lines. But the whole gist of this is this journey where you have these two young gamers who are now, like I said, this tight with someone from outside of their comfort level, but they share a common purpose in taking down some ugly thugs that mean to cause some great harm. That collaboration turns out to be something that is action, high octane action, comical, physically, language that's being used just like you would be during a gaming session, and then lastly, getting right in the midst of things and going face to face with some of the ugliest, toughest folks that you would ever not want to meet.
Yeah, I don't think I'd want to say some of the things I say about some people's moms to those guys.
I don't think a lot of the stuff that me and Narrow say on a daily basis when gaming.
Yeah, when I'm in Narrow Minds, the character Doc can attest. I get very colorful,
Vivid, quite vivid.
Usually it's around people's dicks so small that they're peeing on their balls. A lot of that. A lot of the. Can we get a part for Jay though, as a delivery guy that's delivering pineapple pizza?
Fuck you.
Can we do that?
Fuck.
I mean,
Can you write that in, please?
That'd be an amazing cameo.
Cameo, dude.
I think it sounds amazing, because it goes to that place of it's like, look, there's no saves, there's no respawn. This is it. You got one shot.
And
that would be really exciting.
And here, whoa.
Well, I mean, again, and just for a moment, just for one, riddle me this. I mean, put yourself in that spot. Sure, you're having fun and you're calling all the names that you can, and you're doing some incredible combat skills. But put you in a spot where tomorrow you wake up and you've been attacked in your home, and you have to face off with some of these same nuts that you see on the screen. That go out here and just attack people. You see it every day. Put yourself in that spot.
I'm going to call the coroner's office right now. I'm going to call the coroner's office now, because that's what they're going to need to pick up these bodies. Because I'm not the one. I'm not the one.
Let's say you had to take your 3 buddies right here with you, because you're facing off with 4 or 5. And again, these guys are loaded. For beer, I don't have to tell you, you know how these people.
Jay's got a bat. I'll give Loki a M4.
I got more than a bat, dude. I got more than a bat.
He left.
I got more than a bat, bro. Don't worry about that.
I'll be the one screaming and firing randomly into the trees. Yeah, just leave me at the base. I'll pick you up when you get back. I'll fix you when you get back.
What we'll do with Doc is we'll give her a turret.
Packing more barrels than a damn barrel of wine in a liquor store.
Dude, just give me the word. I'll call my uncle up, get his rifle out with the scope.
Loren, you already know what's gonna happen. I'll just be like, hold on 1 second. We'll get the Barrett out of a very nice safe, and then you'll just see from about 150, 200 yards, you'll just see melons exploding, right? And then you'll be like, what the hell is all that? You're like, what's going on over there? And who's killing them? I can't see where they're at. And then by that time, if I was there, the movie would be boring. Let's just put it that way. There would be no action in the movie. They wouldn't be able to fire back. There'd be a lot of blood, and there'd probably be a lot of dead people. But that's why the movie's not written about me, because then it would be a very short storied movie. It'd be the.
Well, it sounds like you're stealing some of the script, because there is a lot of that, what you just said.
Oh yeah, no. But see, the problem is the bad guys wouldn't have any time to retaliate. They just all be dead.
You just use your charge rifle, huh?
Loki, here, see this, ready? Narrow straight up shoots somebody, right?
Mm-hmm.
Stands above them, he's like, "You have a small dick, you pee on your balls."
No. When I kill people, let's just be honest.
Shit in the world.
Let me just be honest. When I kill people, I just say, please delete the game. Just don't come back here anymore. But
delete your life.
Yeah, that's what it.
Delete your life before I delete it for you.
That's why Lauren knows. Lauren, I remember how many times we've had so many, we were talking about, people trying to do home invasion robberies. And I'm like, please come. I will unlock the door for you. Just remember, you're not leaving here standing up. You will be leaving in a body bag. But come in and test your fate. I've never had anybody test my fate. I'll leave the damn door unlocked and open and come on in. And if you don't get greeted by a Glock.
With that being said, I mean, right this moment, right now, let's say that, and again, we're not talking about one person that's attacking you, but right where each one of you sits, right this moment, we're talking about 4 or 5 different cartel assassins jumping in, breaking into your place right now, all with automatic weapons. You have 1 second to react, 1 second to figure out a game plan, and 1 second to retaliate, and how do you retaliate when you're outnumbered 5-1? As a group, the four of you right there, you have a lot more power. That's what this movie is about. It's about, again, like I said, protecting each other, protecting your family, collective minds, collective tactics, and seeing who comes out on top. And then who later can sit down and do, just like Narrow Mind is there, talking about his most scariest stories, his most scariest times when he had to look down 6 or 7 different barrels and figure out that his pea shooter just ain't going to work.
Oh no, sir. I've had very amount of scary times, and how
Yeah, that was the lead-in.
half of the stupid stuff half of the stupid stuff I've put myself through. But due to reasons I can't even go into, those were some interesting days. But yeah, I think this will be a fun movie because it gives people that understanding that I think a lot of kids now that are growing up don't understand the fact that in the real life scenario there is not going to be a respawn for you. The game's not going to end, and if you do try to get into these kind of situations, and I think that's why a lot of these kids that when they go to the military and they realize that, oh shit, this is the real deal. How many I've kind of read the dropout rate for kids that are going into the military. They go in there thinking, oh fuck, I play Call of Duty, I know how to do this shit.
Yeah.
Big reality check when you go there because they're gonna, things will fuck you up over there.
Yeah. And the other thing to ask yourself is, and we all have played war games, whether it's young kids running around doing it or whether we're doing it on the screen. But how many of us have ever had a real gun pointed at us face to face? That's what this movie is. What is your reaction then? What is your reaction then? Talk about that. Talk about the first time you had a gun on you, and as much as you would want to do and think about some things you can do, how your body reacts. You guys talk about that and tell me.
Yeah, you got hella tense up. You
Yes,
want to do
yeah.
one thing, but you think you've either
You're
there's
gonna
two directions.
freeze.
You freeze and you go.
Yeah.
You think about, I got family, I got this, I got that, so you do nothing. Or there's people like,
Yeah.
you know what, I don't give a shit, and they just go at it and just whatever happens. They don't care. So
that's what these characters go through, and you said it in a nutshell. That's exactly their reaction there, freezing up, and then trying to figure out how to get to stage 2 to do what's necessary to keep you alive and your family alive. And you hit it the nail right on the head. That's what people are going to get a chance to see, and particularly when you're engaged like that. Let alone, I mean, being like, what was the one that shocked everybody? What was it? The gaming convention? Was that in San Diego? I can't remember.
No, it was Texas.
Okay, yeah. And then boom, all of a sudden, real shots rang out, real people get killed. I mean, it just blew everybody's mind. But the world we live in today, nothing's guaranteed. And that's what this movie talks to about. So we use our characters as young, innocent, inward, really hang together, really tight, feel for each other. But when exposed to real threats in a different world with a different type of an animal, how do you respond? What do you do? Particularly once again, when you're threatened and someone close to you is threatened, how do you make that transition to do what's necessary to do that? And that's what really highlights this movie, because when you walk out of your room and you say, hey, I'm gonna go over here and use the restroom, and you hear somebody banging on your door, bam, bam, bam. He's like, "Oh shit!" I'm gonna make sure nobody trying to do that.
Wait, I'll be honest. That's why I go take a shit with a gun. Not gonna lie. If you see on my sink, I have my Glock sitting on the sink. Because number one, I don't like big.
Glock. I've got to come quick.
Yeah, I bet you do. But that's the difference.
And peanut, and that brings in peanut butter, which you were talking about earlier too. I mean, you're gonna take a gun to. Okay. I mean, hey, if it works, that's
it
cool.
works. Yeah, whatever works for you, man. Give everybody pink eye, I guess.
We all know where you get peanut butter in the bathroom now.
I don't have peanut butter in the bathroom, but apparently you're giving everybody pink eye because you're calling come quick, huh? That's your weapon. Is that your weapon?
I'm not the one that ordered the first Corbelis 9000.
I didn't order it actually. That thing.
He didn't order it. It was sent to him.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I didn't order that.
Sorry, I didn't receive the first copy.
Oh, well, you're gonna get yours.
It's a copy.
Yours is not a copy. Yours is the new one that you ordered. You know, the one with the phone on it. It's got the little banana charging thing.
Oh, you mean
Yeah, can you show? Yeah. That's the one you ordered. That's the one you're getting.
Yeah.
Peanut butter
prototype
scented.
banana phone?
Peanut butter scented for your pleasure
Oh, yeah.
There it is. That was good.
With Bluetooth
Yeah.
in it.
with Bluetooth.
And my guys got jokes, just like you guys right there. I like the way you guys come out with yours, but my guys got jokes. And again, you're talking about a good mixture of walking from one world into another and trying to get back to your world. If you can do that today, it sounds real easy.
I can tell you firsthand, it's not.
You've accomplished a lot.
I can tell you firsthand, it's not. But it's something interesting for sure. For sure, it's very. I think that's why this movie needs to be made so that we understand the realities versus the little fantasies that that these games do give kids. You know, it is something where I think they have a false sense of. That's why sometimes gun violence does happen, is the fact that they have this false sense of the actual realities of what you do when you kill somebody, and not a lot of people have the heart to actually do that, or actually be able to people who really understand it, who really understand what happens when you actually kill somebody, don't have the heart to actually do that unless they really are threatened. It's a fight or flight situation, and you are either trained to fight or you're trained to flight. You've known me for a long time. I don't fly it anywhere. I'm not flying out of anything. I will sit there and fight, but a lot of people's reactions are fight or flight, and it's just like you said, it's a protective thing. Either you're protecting yourself and trying to preserve yourself, or you're trying to preserve yourself and your family, and what are you going to do in that situation? And I think that's why the movie is really important, because we have this false sense of understanding about what it is. Like, we play these games like Apex Legends and COD, where we kill mass amounts of people to get an end goal. And I think that a lot of that needs to be understood, that when that's a game, and I had to say this, partly it's the parents' responsibility to let their kids understand what these things are about and what this game is about. The game is for fun. The game is not something that you want to go do at a mall, which is, I think, part of the problem of where these, kids that are already growing up introverted, they have problems getting friends for whatever reason, whether it's some kind of physical disability or whatever. And see, we don't talk about this. There's a lot of stuff they ignore, like in school and stuff, where they don't talk about, hey, because this person has this certain disease, like when I was going to school, no one ever talked about that. There was kids that had mental and physical illnesses that no one explained, and they would get picked on, and nothing was ever done about it. And then they get into playing these games like this, and then this, and then the parents don't teach them, hey, when someone makes you mad, you don't go shoot them or whatever, because then they see on the game, what's your end goal? Your end goal is to kill everybody on the team, right? So I think that this movie is important to be put out there, because it's also a message for these parents and these kids that, hey, you need to understand the differences between the realities of what's going on in the world and what this video game is. It's two different things, two totally different things. And if you don't give that message out to these people, that's why, like, I believe, like, a lot of these mass shootings are even happening, is because they're having this wild fantasy that if they go into a place, for whatever reason, whatever hate they have, or whatever end goal they have, they think that it's fine and dandy. And I think that's what a lot of psychologists, and Doc, I don't know if you know anything about this, but a lot of what the psychologists are having to come to terms with when dealing with these people that were in active shooter situations. Like, they're living in a fantasy, like these people are going to respawn, in like 5 or 10 minutes. So, I mean,
Yeah.
that's a thing. So, I mean, Doc, I don't know if you know anything about the studies on...
Or the people that play GTA and kill the cops and think it's okay to go do it in the real world.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many things.
And there's like a dehumanizing of, the objective. It becomes an objective, where in the real world it's a human being, but in the gaming world, it is an objective that leads you to somewhere. It's simply something that's in the way, and as you overcome it, you're better. And so, and I've never been one to, I mean, my sons, were playing video games early on. And today my youngest son is 32. And so the idea that they've spent their whole lives, playing these games and, back in the Halo days and all of that stuff. And, the idea, though, that I was always having conversations with them, I knew that they knew it wasn't real. And I would sit with them while they gamed so I could see what it was that they were experiencing. And yeah, their little adrenaline got kicked up and their little hormones started to carbonate as, they're playing these games. But there was no point when I was concerned that they didn't know the difference between what was real and what wasn't. And I do think, Narrow, that that's a big thing, is that, and I don't think it's about parents like coming down on their kids doing this. I think the point is that they engage in it with them, that they, at the very least, sit with them while they game, because then they can incorporate it into the conversation. Because, when the news hits with, mass shootings and things like that, that they know that there's a separation, that this is a game and this is reality. And I think that, there is, while I think that there may be some added variable with the whole gaming thing, frankly, I am not one to believe that violent games lead to violent people. I think that that's something that's inside that person. And it has to do with how they grew up. There's a whole lot of things. I know people who play rampantly violent games and wouldn't hurt a fly unless it's in a game. But the idea that what it is that makes a person choose that kind of path is something that's inside of them. Now, I do believe that there are certain things that are consistent with gamers. It's the ability to problem solve very quickly. I think games are excellent at teaching young people how to problem solve very quickly, how to, their brains, those synapses fire that much faster because they have to do things and register things immediately. So there's like cause and effect. So I think that there's a lot of good to those games. And frankly, I think that there should be a movie about a group of old boomers who suddenly find themselves, casually gaming, and then they have to step into an Apex Legend tournament in order to raise money for something. And, they walk in and, somebody curses and, some old boomer lady goes, "Do you kiss your mother with that mouth?"
Hey, Loren, can we get that?
Fucking right.
That's good. That's good.
Can you get a script writer for that? Let's get that one started too.
That's right,
That's good.
That's good. Respect to the boomers. We were there when it was Atari and Apple IIc.
He's a Street Fighter girl. Okay.
That's right. Back in the old days.
Hey, back in the old day when you used to put the quarter saying that you're next at the arcade, motherfucker. Right?
Yeah, that's right.
You remember that?
Quarter on the... When we had Pong, we thought that was the height of technology. There's Pong. Look at it. It goes back and forth.
We don't know what's around the corner. But one thing I do want to say about gamers' days of death, and that is one of the key components is the 16-year-old gamer and the 19-year-old gamer examining their mind, touching on some of the things that you all just touched on, examining their minds about being put into a kill or be killed situation. And if you can imagine yourselves or any of us put into that situation, too many unknowns. And we already talked about whether you freeze, whether you overreact, whether you just who knows what. But that's a key component here, is examining the mind, because we see our characters go through a variety of different transitions. And at one point, we see the young minor, the 16-year-old, the psychological and physical toll that it takes on this youngster from the violence and the mayhem almost destroys him. And if it wasn't for his best buddy, if you want to call it that, his best partner, his partner in crime, however you want to call it. If it wasn't for him at times coming up there and say, "Buddy, you're dry, cut loose the trigger," seeing that he's going off, trying to drag him back into reality, then those are some of the issues that are being raised amongst the comic things that are happening, the tragic things that are happening, and the physical world that's all around. It always is going to revolve around a person's mind, their reactions, and then if they had to do it again. I do want to say about this movie here is that if you do have it on a platform like Amazon, I think it lends itself to more credibility. It lends itself to being more relevant, and it makes it an intimate experience as opposed to old school. That's my personal feeling. That's my personal thought. And I just want to see in the end, we're going to see that these gamers, they're able to overcome their situation with a little help, but you'll see the bonding that really portrays what's happening today. When you meet a new friend that you may or may not gel with in the beginning, but the common purpose and other things help bond. And I think that's the other part there is, I don't want to say making friends, but it's making relationships, because there's a sequel to this as well. And this is, again, when you're talking about perhaps boys to men type of transition, and they circle back with each other, particularly when the script gets flipped and the teen cartel assassin who becomes a good friend of theirs has two female teen cartel assassins after his butt. And then he has to circle back and come up with a game plan with our gamers in another Gamer's Days of Death or two.
Cool.
Very
So
cool.
That's what they say. Gaming is the ultimate fraternity.
It is.
Yes,
It is.
that's part of the magic. Without trying to hit people over the head with a hammer about it, love to have people walk away with that and figure that's the positive, some of the positive sides of that, because you're going to hear a lot of the negativity, like some of the things you guys spoke about. I hear about that, people pounding me, hey man, you're promoting violence and you're promoting things like this, and to me it's all what's in your mind, and people are welcome to their opinion, but this is the story that's being said, and there's more to it than violence. There's more to it than the sex that's in there. There's more to it than the peanut butter meets the pizza man. So
That could be an interesting one for you, Jay.
Man.
That could be an interesting one for you, Jay. Next
There's your new
next
stream
challenge.
title.
Next challenge: peanut butter pineapple pizza.
Next stream title.
oh, cut it out.
Next
Is it-
stream title. Peanut butter
No,
meat.
it's just like over here. They have dessert pizzas like Nutella with strawberries on, or Nutella with bananas. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
instead of Nutella, you put peanut butter and then whatever.
Is it bad though, since we're talking about that whole thing about, like how you assess situations? Every time I go to the bank, because of the training I had, when I go to the bank, I assess the entrances and exits where people's
Don't we all?
hands are. I gotta.
Where are they?
I see if there's pens on the tables, because those are perfect weapons when you stab someone in the eye. Like I literally go through the bank, and if someone was to do something stupid in that bank, or in like a mall, I always assess the exit points. I assess the people in there, and I
Yep.
assess how many weapons
yeah,
I
you
can
have
find.
to.
It is so crazy once you get
Survival.
trained. Once you get trained in that kind of mindset,
Yep.
where you're looking for at everybody's, like, I look at people's hands, I look at people's demeanors, I look at people's faces, and I assess each and every one of them, and I know what if a person's having a bad day. I know if you're angry right now. I know if you're hungry, and I know if you're about to do something stupid. And I think, Loren, you know this very very personally, because of when we used to go south of the border, and I would assess people over there. Like,
Yep.
literally, I could call people out, and I know they're about to do something stupid, or if they're
Yep.
friendlies. That's like literally
And
part.
that's a character trait of my again unlikely hero, again El Kukui, again, which stands for the ghost. And I call him a reputed teen cartel assassin, because he isn't really a cartel assassin. He had an older brother who was. His older brother groomed him, was ready to bring him into the team, but his older brother got popped, got his wings clipped, And so his El Kukui, and his real name is Alphonse, he inherited his older brother's name, his older brother's reputation, and although he definitely had some skills on them heels, he certainly wasn't the way he was built. But he actually deploys those same type of tactics that Narrow Minds was talking about, and teaches the youngsters there about hands. Take a look at the hands. Never fire twice if you can help it. I mean, just certain things that a trained shooter learns, and a lot of it has to do with observations, and trying to come up with a game plan within seconds, just the way you would on the screen. But how do you translate that and transition that to real life? Those are the challenges that are put on the screen there with characters. Again, funneling mindset and physicality. And that's what causes this daze that we talk about, which is DAZE. When we talk about gamers' days of death, we're talking about that kind of a daze that you could be in and stuff like that, because you're transitioning from this into some real shit. You're in the real shit, and it becomes a daze, and death is falling all around you and stuff like that. So those things that you talked about, I noticed that with you in our minds. When you go in a restaurant, you're always sitting in the back with your back against the wall. Watching that door and stuff there, and the same thing when I'm on the airplane, and I got a couple of folks that I've profiled, and when they get up to go to their cabin, I get up to go to the cabin with them.
Mhm.
So it's fun.
It's funny because I told a stewardess one time. This is when I was still doing assessments, and where was I? I think I was flying to Louisiana to do an assessment, security assessment, and she
Right.
noticed the what I was wearing, and she knew exactly where I was from. She goes, I noticed you're over there like observing everybody, and you sit like towards the aisle, and she goes,
Ready. Yeah.
She goes, I noticed what you're doing, and I go, yeah. She goes, so what would happen if someone rushed that cockpit? I said, you see your hot coffee pots there? You have two brewing hot coffee pots, and they're metal, ma'am. You unlatch one of those, and you smack the motherfucker across the face with it, and pour the hot coffee on his face, and I guarantee you, he will stop doing what he's doing in a very, very fast fashion. And she looks at me. She goes, I never thought about that. And I said, yeah. So next time someone tries to rush that cabin, you take that hot coffee pot and you smack him upside the back of his head with it, and then pour that boiling hot coffee on his face. And I guarantee you, he will stop whatever he's doing. And I don't care what weapon he has. Hot products all over your face and your eyes does not feel good. And she's like, oh my God. She goes, you guys should come over here and teach us that stuff. I go, no. I will be, you will.
Fee.
I'm not going to have you guys suing me for teaching you how to hurt somebody very badly. She did, she was surprised. She goes, I never thought about hot coffee. I said, yeah, you have to use the tools that are around you. Obviously, I can't carry my Glock on a plane. It has to be underneath the plane. You can't carry a knife or anything on a plane. You can carry a pen, which I always carry. I always carry a pen on the plane. Yep. I always keep a pen because your eye sockets are very delicate. Yep. I always have a belt. I have my rappel belt, the one with a metal buckle on it, just for that reason, because I can turn that thing and smack you upside your head with it and hurt you very badly.
Up. Sure.
So there's certain things you can do in those situations where you can hurt people very badly. But she never thought about a hot coffee. It's a metal coffee pot. Like, it's lodged in there. Yeah. All you got to do is unlock it and just smack somebody in the head with it just one time. And I don't care how dainty you are. You take all your body weight and push it towards an object, it's going to hurt somebody, especially something that's metal. Yeah. So it was stainless.
And your phone.
Yep.
Your phone is one of the most handiest tools there. But real quickly before I get, I want to also talk about the female component to this here, because I kept talking a little bit about they're out there to try and save their older sister. Their older sister is a UFC fighter. So we find out about that later, which is advantageous during certain circumstances while she's being held captive with the hood over her head. But when you're outnumbered and outgunned, a super UFC fighter, you're limited your opportunities there. So we will explore a little bit of that, a little the fact of her female gaming mentality, because this is not a guy's thing. Although I hear that quite a bit. That it's and it is somewhat gaming being a majority of male thing. But I also explain to people about a woman named Chiquita Evans. Don't know if any of you know who she is. The first female drafted NBA 2K player that was drafted by the Golden State Warriors, who's opening up doors now for more young female gamers to get involved with NBA 2K. And of course, there's many others that play a variety of different games, but predominantly male things. But those type of issues are also prevalent here in gamers' days of death.
I really want that the Jay Stuns cameo in there. Pizza delivery guy.
Oh, you just keep knocking him over.
No, I think
pizza.
I think it would be a good thing, dude, just to have him there, just delivering pizza in one of the scenes. Like,
you all look like characters that we can integrate in the movie, and that's the good thing about the way my style is you always want to integrate a reality and people with that expertise in some role in there. Just the way if we were doing something that to do with Secret Service, then maybe narrow minds you might have some a little bit.
I can neither confirm nor deny the situations or allegations.
You couldn't. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, so those are some of the things. So when it's all said and done, I'd like people to get on the phones and say, check out this movie to each another, and criticize it and love it and do whatever we all do. We talk trash about
just out of curiosity. What was your motivation?
But we talk about it.
What was your motivation for this movie? What made you put Sicario meets what was the name of that movie, Jay? The gamer movie?
Ready Player One.
Ready Player One. What was what was
Game Over Man? I could think of
I mean, I get it. We used to sit there and talk about directors. Like, I respected Michael Mann. I respected who was the other one that was always doing great. Like the cinematography of directors lets me understand the story better. Like, if you watch the movie Collateral with Tom Cruise and Jamie Foxx, one of the best fucking shot movies ever, because it showed the true. Because part of the story when you write a film is it's not only the main characters but their surroundings and how you display their surroundings. Sure. Because when we're talking about LA, and as much as grimy shit that happens in LA, it is one of the most beautiful cities to shoot with a camera. I know this, you know this, because we both worked in that part of the. We started off in doing camera work too, and it's one of the best cities that I've seen other than Miami to shoot at night when you're filming, because it looks great. It looks great. But it's so interesting how you take those directors like Michael Mann, who, I mean, every movie he touches is just freaking gold. I've not seen him make one movie and just tell the story, because the surrounding of your story is part of it too. So I mean, we're talking, when me and you had that thing, we were talking about LA, we're talking about Mexico, which is really hard to shoot at this point. You can't really film in Mexico because of all the cartels and stuff. So
you just recreate.
We would be filming in either Calexico, which looks exactly like Mexico, that's in California.
Calexico, Puerto Rico. But to your point, real quick. Before I forget, real quick. Again, and I mentioned earlier a little bit. The point was really examining the mindset and the physicality of a couple young gamers in their own comfortable environment, and do the same evaluation, if you will, in a different hostile environment that is semi-connected because of the hostile actions that are taking place, and see how they're able to adapt. And the message is how do we adapt on a larger scale as humans, on a smaller scale, with our friends and family in our age range, and a variety of other. But that's it. Really examining that mindset and examining your surroundings. And so we talked about this being taking place in LA and throughout Southern California, because that's where the journey takes us as they make their trek, the folks towards Mexico. And you see a change in attitude, you see a change in physicalities, you see a change in a variety of different things. But when it's all said and done, with how do we make adjustments as people, as students of the game, to make our final goal, and again, to save their sister and stuff. They make incredible adjustments, give all of themselves, and almost like I said, almost rack their brains and their mental state into the ground, but they're willing to do that for family and to survive. And that's what the deep part of the movie is about, the depthful part for you to think about when you walk away. Does it make you a better gamer? Perhaps. Does it make you a better person? Perhaps. To me, it's entertainment, but it gives you something to think about.
Yeah, I mean, it's the hero's arc. And usually at the end of that, there is that sacrifice of the innocence of, that, oh, well, how you view the world is never going to be the same. And these characters, how they view the world will never be the same. And the loss of that kind of idealism and, really the innocence of, oh, well, just bang, bang, pop, pop, shoot in the game, when suddenly it becomes real, then, they grow as individuals. And it is that journey into adulthood. And it is, this forms the adults that they're going to be.
I think
Great observation.
Yeah, I think what it is that we actually need a movie for, number one, for people to have that kind of dynamic and understanding, because a lot of times we forget about, like, as a gamer, because it's like, for example, me and Loki have been doing nothing but Apex. It's been like hours and hours of Apex, and it's funny because you do lose touch. You lose touch with a lot of stuff that's going on in the world, and this lifestyle of the fact that this is going to be a professional thing for me and him, not only just being casually doing this, but it is a tough thing, because you do lose touch a lot of stuff that's going on in the world, and you forget how much stuff that you actually miss when, I mean, that's pretty much, it's eat, sleep, train. That's literally, it's like it's like being in an NFL team. And I was with the Niners for what, 2 years. It's the way that they train, and the way that they're always, it's their practice, go home, work out, go back, practice. It's a routine. It's a routine. And we do lose touch. So it is going to be interesting to see the dynamic when this film is actually said and done and made, of how people kind of realize, okay, wait a minute. Me as a gamer, oh my God, this is what I've been losing touch in, is the fact that, something like this, not saying that it could happen, but it probably could happen. And what are we going to do about it, and how much we do lose touch. But I think also it kind of gives people a good realization, mentally wise, not necessarily the fact that mentally because of stuff because they're getting shot at or anything, but it kind of gives them a good look. And Doc, I'm sure you can see how the message is with this being a streamer and being a gamer, especially a streamer, because streamers, we have these expectations, because we see other people that are streaming, and they have these audiences, and they don't realize that when they first come in here. And we're actually working on a project for that, to help new streamers coming into this platform. But they don't see the actual, like, the struggle that happens before anybody became big, before Tim the Tat Man or a Dr. Lupo or any of these people got big, that the amount of struggle that they had to do, and they didn't have viewers, and they didn't have and I think this was kind of help them, because I think the mental, like you said, the mental impact it had on your one character is a great impact, because it does, a lot of gamers and a lot of streamers have this mental impact that they're not doing enough. They're not, oh my God, the world's all on my shoulders. Nobody cares about me. And it's a big deal for a lot of them. We've had a lot of suicides in these last year. with streamers just because they didn't have what they thought was a community, or they weren't getting the audience that they wanted, or this streaming thing is a toll
They
taker.
give off the appearance that they're happy and they're
Yeah.
not.
The streaming thing is a toll taker. Jay, it takes a lot out on everybody. Jay knows, I know, Doc knows, Loki's starting to get the idea of how much toll this takes on you as a person, and how difficult it is actually to keep the momentum going. And I've been posting a lot of stuff on my social media about how you got it. No matter if this fails, if it succeeds, you gotta move on and reinvent yourself. I keep on pointing out the thing of Madonna. How many times did she reinvent herself? Like, good God, she's
62.
huh?
62.
62 times. Okay, Jay's keeping count. I didn't know it was 62 times.
I saw her when she was on American Bandstand.
See,
Dang.
and but see,
Carlos Santana.
right?
Hey, well, and the thing is, when she was asked, it's like, well, what are you going to do? Because it was like the first big hit, and she said, I'm going to take over the world.
Mhm.
I mean, to this,
I was just fully expecting the answer to be Vogue. Not gonna lie.
to her thing, if you follow her story, she's one of the very few people that have made herself relevant and will continue to till the day, unfortunately, she passes away. She's gonna make herself relevant because that's just the way her mentality was. And a lot of times, I think a lot of the kids get disappointed because they come into this, and it's funny. I helped a lot of people. In fact, I talked to one the other day that I started when I was in Xbox. I was helping people since Xbox, helping them start learning how to stream on Xbox. And I talked to this person the other day, and he goes, "You know what, Nero? Had I listened to you back then, I'm pretty sure I'd be where you're at right now." And I said,
listened to you back then, I probably wouldn't be streaming today. I mean, what?
"That would be your advice, Jay, not mine. That's probably yours."
Breaking bones on this show. Good
Yeah,
Lord.
he always
telling
does.
you.
He always does.
Shots
He's just
fired.
It's my job.
He
That's
always
my
look at
job.
Loren. That's his job, but he's particularly doing it today because he has to eat pineapple pizza, so he's very angry already. He's a very angry.
Remember, I don't have to.
You already ordered the pizza. Like, why?
That doesn't mean I have to.
Yeah,
It's my choice.
Oh, speaking of which,
Chooses to
I'm
do that.
actually gonna go run and grab my wallet so I can actually order my pizza real quick. I'll be
Did
back.
your brain just
can't-
freeze?
Oh my God! Why is it every time we do a podcast you're leaving?
His brain just momentarily froze. You really? I'm gonna go grab. Like total brain freeze.
I think
Rich.
I think he grabbed his controller and put it on pause, and it paused his brain along with it. Jesus,
Yeah, he was just buffering.
it was buffering. Yeah, his internet's slow today. But
One other thing, I just want to put this in your mind there too. Again, when you're talking about these entities, and these are, I don't want to say so much backstories, but these are open points for discussion. This is something you after you've seen the movie a couple times and you analyze it and you start to say, okay, let's break down the. Okay, we got streamers who are dreamers and gamers, and we can actually chart and see their development and how they grow.
Hey, did you
grow
pause?
as people, and then how you do. I'm sorry, did I pause?
No. I'm talking to the.
Oh. I didn't know if you meant for me to shut up when you
No,
said do pause. but again, to reiterate, no, I mean streamers, dreamers, gamers, and their progress of life, and their trail of and their view of the world. How do their views change before this incident happened to after it happened? And again, when I talk about the sequel, where the flip is actually the script is actually flipped a little bit, and the cartel, El Cucuy, is being hunted by a couple.
Wait, we got a
of women.
sequel too?
Oh yeah.
You were talking about that earlier.
Yeah, I'm gonna be
And so,
tired.
yeah. So El
Shows how much
Cucuy-
Nero's paying attention.
So El Cucuy, Nero's always got it. So El Cucuy.
Nero's got a lot of stuff going on.
Take 3. So El Cucuy, actually becomes hunted, if you will, stalked by 2 females because of his brother being responsible for the death of one of their family members. And so El Cucuy now is going to circle back, and his safest place to hide out is going to be back with our gamers, as opposed to hanging out in Mexico and being hunted and chopped up and all that kind of good stuff there. So we're going to see the growth. You're going to see the evolution, not only of the mind, but of the body and the soul. And that's what the high point that I take away from the project there on an upper elevated level is elevation of mind, body, and soul, friendship, and family. The rest is entertainment. The rest is tidbits that we do each day in our life. What it adds up to personally, what it adds up to professionally, what it adds up to collectively is also germane as well. Those are the other collective points that at some point I would hope people would discover and stuff like that, as opposed to, oh, you're just doing this shoot 'em up, bang bang type of stuff.
Well, and the good part for that is in Amazon you can rewatch the movie a couple times versus having to pay $50 a pop to go watch
okay.
to rewatch a movie. That's why it's such a good thing. But
Platform there for that, yeah.
I'll tell you, I never had a better movie experience than chilling on my couch watching King Kong vs. Godzilla. Not worried to have to spend a goddamn thing and just
well, you have
the way you
wait. It's because you have your own popcorn machine.
I didn't even make popcorn that night.
What?
I didn't make popcorn that night. Just a legit, just
Not too special. I have a popcorn machine.
Being comfortable.
You have a popcorn machine
in your home, watching any movie that's out. Like, they need to continue this HBO Max thing where whatever movie comes out, they stream it on it. It's the greatest.
It's going to continue. It's going to continue because a lot of times they're noticing right now there's a trend that people are not going to the movies.
Yeah.
People are not going to the movies.
Tonight, I'm planning.
Well,
I'm planning to watch
Well,
Mortal
and
Kombat
part
tonight.
of it is also, the whole COVID thing where everything got shut down. But I think that there's probably, as soon as this thing starts to kind of get brought under control,
you got your mask,
going to be this big surge of all of a sudden, because people have been locked in for so long and watching the TV. So it's going to really be a prime time for people who are going to suddenly, oh my God, I want the theater experience because I haven't had it. But, I'm really interested in, as you talk about the characters and as you talk about, because often it's easy to have like maybe one main character that you get, it's like, oh, okay, that's the focus. And everybody else kind of blends in. And it sounds like each character has their own unique sort of journey that they go on, that it's not just focused on the one main character, but that everybody kind of experiences their own transformation. And is that something that is really, because a movie is only as good as the characters are compelling and relatable. So how do you feel that were the things that helped you in helping to make those characters relatable to the audience, to themselves, and giving each one their own hero's arc?
Well, first off, I want to say what you just said there. You said it just the way I wrote it, so thank you for saying that.
How much did you pay her? How much did you pay her?
Check is in the mail.
Check's in the mail, baby.
It's popcorn.
It's that 10G check right there for that speech.
Yeah,
Good job, man.
yeah.
Good job.
If you believe that,
pizza is in the oven.
If you believe that, I'm with the government. I'm here to help you.
Are you gonna eat it on stream?
But on the serious side of what you're saying there, that's the plan. Particularly when you are looking at your presentation as a work of art, rather than just fluff. And with that, again, the whole thought again is you are able to do, like Jay said, you're able to lay down on the couch and have immediacy. Watch whenever you want to watch it, right then and there. Pop.
Yep.
And if you want to do it where you are in your PJs or in your straights or and having your food or having friends over, or pick up the phone and tell somebody else, oh man, you got to check this scene out here. Check this out. And this and that. Then that's cool. So different strokes for different folks. And as far as the characters,
Always use two hands though.
Yeah, it gets messy.
It does. It
That's
does.
why.
Mhm.
That's why when I tell you
Mhm.
that the drinks are on me, I can always tell you again. Sometimes it will get messy, but on the serious side, there, these
Especially
characters
in
are meant
Tijuana.
to be. These characters are meant to be composites of ourselves and composites of our friends. It's a universality. It's the human experience, and they're all interrelated, but they're put together in such a fashion that hopefully you don't spend too much time trying to figure that out. That perhaps it's what I'm hoping is inspiring you to see it a few more times, to analyze it a few more times, and to be able to see, wow, okay, here's earth, here's wind, here's fire. You put those three together, and they came up with this solution here, and this could easily be my evolution in life. This can easily be the evolution of my family, my young ones. I can see that one. Oh, he reminds me of my youngest. This reminds me of me, and this and that. So, from my mind, that's the ultimate goal with a finished product like this. A lot of examination, a lot of things that inspire, and not so much inspire inspire. I want to say worldly things, but inspire things within yourself to think, to feel, and to recognize, observe, and just basics of life. That's it.
So it's like
In a
anybody
nutshell.
watching it would be able to say, point out to say any given character, saying, "Oh wow, that's me."
Yeah.
That's that I relate specifically to that one.
Yeah.
And the good thing
Yeah.
too about this movie being with gamers is, since it's going for Amazon with Twitch Prime now, you can do watch parties on Twitch. So you can
Yeah.
literally sit there
That's
and
good. I
stream with a
like
bunch
that.
of friends
That's
Yeah.
good.
and stream the movie and watch it together. And also in
Yeah.
things like Discord, like Mortal Kombat, the new Mortal Kombat movie just came out.
Yeah.
Stream it live on HBO Max. So guess what? In Discord, you sit there, share my screen, pop it on a web browser, pull it up
They
in
won't
Discord.
let you do
have a
that.
bunch of-
Anything like that where you're trying to watch it through Discord, it'll completely black it out. Already tried that.
Oh.
So you
Ooh.
think?
You gotta watch out. Jay's got his
So
ways.
you think? I've done it, and I will
Temporarily.
continue to do it.
He's
Jay's got the
Temporarily.
way.
Jay's got the ways. That's why
But
his Pornhub. I
technology
mean,
is king, is what
did I
we're
say
learning.
Pornhub? I mean, his movies.
Bro, let me
oh,
tell
his-
you, we've watched things on Netflix, we've watched things on Hulu, all through the web browser.
Yeah, he has a way of doing it. It's very interesting, but he has a way of doing it. I
Trust me.
have watched movies when he's.
Technology is king.
Yeah, it
You
is.
can't keep
the
someone
thing
down.
with
You
it
can't
with
keep
it
someone
being
down.
with it being relating to gamers, being a subject that can capture people's attention, and the ability to do a watch party where when the movie comes out, the five of us could literally be sitting in a Twitch chat, streaming the movie on Amazon. We could all be watching it, and that also replaces the fact of going to the movie theater, because now you're like, oh, you want to see this movie? You want to see this? Okay, so you live in California, I'm in New York, all over the place. Now you can be like, you know what? The five of us, you want to see the movie? We'll go to a
I think
stream,
it's an
pop it on
incentive
Amazon
thing
Prime and
too.
watch it.
I think it's for a streamer. It's an incentive thing too, because you can make that like something where you're anybody who subs for you that month. Well, you guys can
Well, no,
just do
they would have to have an Amazon Prime account. If
Right,
they don't have
right, but
Amazon
what I'm-
Prime,
but
they can't
what-
watch,
but your way you can do it on Discord outside of
or like the for the channel points. They have the community goals.
Yeah.
You set it for like 100,000 channel points, and you have a movie night.
Yeah.
Here's your movie night.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, I think it'd be interesting because of the dynamic of the fact this is a movie that's partly based on gamers. I think the response overwhelmingly will be better for you on Amazon because of so many Twitch, Amazon, same people. It's something where it would make sense.
good.
Yeah, Twitch is owned. Twitch is owned by Amazon, and
There's room for everybody. Don't
Yeah.
don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
But-
believe me,
but real
whoever
quick before I lose this point,
puts a
because-
bunch of zeros at the check, yeah.
yeah.
That's the one that's gonna
always a
take.
convincing factor. But other thing, I was doing a podcast. This was a couple weeks ago on the movie here, and they were
Super
asking
Dave
why I
was to the
picked the subject of gamers. And I think you asked me a little bit earlier too on that, Meryl. But the thing is one of the appealing reasons was that so many things I've heard with people's own perceptions that they're all in a different world, that they're separated from reality. All of them are 100% introverts, and that's not the case. We all know someone that might fit that description, but there are so many others, professional ball players,
Yeah.
whether there's intellects or some non-intellectuals. So what we see, this is breaking a stereotype, if you will, but it's also shining a light on a world that, in my mind, inspires imagination, and that's the whole key. Is walking away is the movie is supposed to inspire, and if it inspires your imagination on how to game better, I'm happy with it. If it inspires you how to live your life better, how to integrate with other folks better, those are some of the walkaways that I think make me happy. But it's a different experience and a unique experience for each and every one. So if I was sitting in a room and 100 people saw this, all in with all these beautiful screens all filling the room and this beautiful acoustics and everything, and then it's over and everyone walked out and they were polled what they like about the movie. My hope is that there's 100 different answers from 100 different people. Then I feel happy, because that's the goal there. I'm not trying to get one unified type of opinion or feeling, but would definitely respect the fact that many different people had many different feelings and takeaways from the movie. Good, bad, or ugly. Doesn't matter to me, as long as you had some kind of, it moved you in some capacity.
Oh, and I think the dynamic of taking people out of their comfort zone too, I think is a big key to the
Yeah.
movie. Is the fact that
That's
you
like
know,
me taking that green screen away from you in the background right there in them headphones.
yeah. No, it's taking.
I'll give you this in a white wall. How's that?
I can do that. I can do it. I've done it. We've done it. Remember?
Yeah.
And
The
it's
good
funny
old-
to think that you can use it as a, somebody gets into a lot of trouble and they need to figure out a way to do something, and they rely on gamers because gamers have been doing this for their whole life, playing Call of Duty, whatever. They have strategy, they have all this. So it's kind of like somebody that doesn't know the world of gaming walking into it and be like, okay, I kind of understand why these people take gaming as seriously as they do. And it's like a vice versa thing. It's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
it's something where everybody, you're taken out of your comfort zone, and I think that's a good thing to it, because people stay in their comfort zone and they never jump out of their to do something different, and that's where a lot of people fail in life. They wonder why they're stuck. They're not doing anything. They're always kept in this one place because they don't want to jump. And I know
The people
Steve,
that judge gamers, like,
Yeah.
oh, you're 60 years old and you still game. What the
Yeah.
hell's wrong with you? Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I mean it's in your system, it's in your DNA. You've done it for almost all your life, and not everybody's set out to be a truck driver or
Hell, we
waitress.
prepared for a nuke to be dropped on us.
Yeah.
We just played Call of Duty.
Yep. Which, by the way, was one of the worst.
COVID, we've been training
Yeah,
for this.
COVID. COVID had nothing.
Yeah,
Shit.
the Verdansk
I just-
Shit, we're all
don't want-
starving. We're all starving.
I
I got a farm in Stardew. I got food. We good.
I just don't want one of those, let's say, Chinese drone pilots to be gaming somewhere over on the east side and accidentally push buttons that cause things to cause harm to people over here on the west side and stuff like that. I mean, I
Yep.
Oh, no,
think of
that's,
it, I think of it as gaming for peace. Not
That's
doing anything.
you,
like
you do that. That's just as ass whooping. It's just gonna say
Yeah.
Ina instead of the ch in front of it. It's just gonna say Ina.
Yeah. Now it'll be chin.
Yep, it'll be. Yeah. The A just got dropped.
Yeah. Hey,
Keep
he
on-
just got his-
keep
he
on
just got
fucking-
his A kicked.
Yep, keep on fucking with America. All the letters are gonna start dropping.
Went from chin to chai.
Yep,
Chai.
They left the A off because the A stands for America.
damn right. But yeah, I think it does give like people a different dynamic, and hopefully like one of the big takeaways, especially for people that just kind of get stuck, and there's so many gamers and we talked to, like, me and Loki play with a lot of different people, and they get stuck with like this notion about what this is, what gaming is, what streaming is.
Well, dude, look at that family that when we were doing the trolling with the voice changers, that father and son.
Yeah,
They weren't ready for that.
they weren't, but what I'm saying is that the streamers, when you first get into this game, when I first got into this game of streaming, my understanding of it was I saw everybody doing it. It was great. I didn't have any idea what all of this fucking OBS, motherfucking green screen, all this thing. I had no idea, right? And you know, I think a lot of that is when you jump into it and you take yourself out of that comfort zone, because you remember we did what, radio, we did TV. In fact, I did on air stuff for that soccer league. So many things, but to come into this and jump into it, I think a lot of people think it's going to be an overnight, like you're going to be like that overnight. You're going to get all the sponsorships, and it's a lot of hard work. And I guess that's part of the movie too, because there's a lot of hard work learning how to shoot an actual gun, and people who've never shot a gun and done the tactical training, it's an ass whooper. Just shooting an M4 continuously for more than 5 hours in a training exercise. Right here, your forearms, everything has a little bit of soreness to it, and I think part of what I when I heard the movie idea takes away from it is the fact that there's a lot of hard work that you're going to have to do when you take yourself out of a comfort zone. I think that's a big key to this movie is when you're put into a new situation, what the fuck are you going to do? You have no choice because obviously you're saying that there's a family member that you're going to have to rescue. So now you don't have a choice. This is something that you're taking out of your comfort zone, somewhat against your own will, because you're having to do this. Now, what the fuck are you going to do with it? Are you going to be successful? And I think that's part of the transition between the characters when I'm hearing this, is the mentality of okay, I can't be the little bitch behind the monitor now. I have to be an actual guy with a gun that's having to fight actual people, shoot, and keep myself alive. And there is no respawn or you're gonna get spawned back in. And I think that a lot of that dynamic kind of deals with the real world, because here you are, you're gonna be put on Twitch. This is you're getting put in the lion's den, and there's not anything that's gonna teach you. You're gonna have to figure this shit out for the most part, and that's something that we're trying to change. Is trying to teach people the dynamics of this streaming world, because it's as bad as being thrown in with a pit full of lions.
Streaming though, not just streaming. Look, talk about gaming in general. Look at all the people, like when there's any type of a shooting, the first thing they hear is like, "Oh, he played video games." So right away, gaming gets the negative connotation. But then you have like streamers like Dr. Lupo that do all these charities, all these long streams for charities. That really isn't pointed out as in the media as much as
no. I mean,
shooting. God forbid. So anything that could put gaming in a positive light, I mean, support the shit out of it.
But here's the thing: we do it to ourselves too, because if you ever notice, all the YouTube shit about streamers is streamer fails this, streamer fail. I even told
that's comedy, dude. That's all comedy.
I know, but it's the same fucking people, and it's the same fucking people and the same stupid shit that they do. That's part of it.
People are too dumb to realize that a lot of people just do that shit to fail just because that's what their niche is. That's what they're getting their reputation for.
And that's the whole thing is the fact that you want to change that.
Like,
in fact, I had the
like
meeting.
If you keep bringing up like Tim the Tatman, how he always does the fall damage deaths or whatever. There are sometimes I'm sure he does it by accident, but majority of the time I'm sure he does that shit on purpose because that's what he's known for. He's Captain Fall Damage.
I think
he's just bad.
Yeah, I think he just sucks.
Well,
I'm just gonna be honest with you. I think he just sucks.
I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. Okay, I don't want to say anybody.
Have you ever watched him play Call of Duty?
I have. I'm being right.
Have you ever?
I'm just trying to be nice about people.
He played Apex one time and failed. So I mean.
All right, Tim. You see this, Tim? If you happen to see this, they're telling you suck. I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt. So if you got a problem with anybody, you got a problem with them. Just saying.
One other thing, that's another component of the movie here, and you guys both touch on it. I mean, it's the grind. I mean, nobody can get in there and game the first day and be the game champion, so to speak, or pod, if you will. But here's the deal: this showcases the grind that they have to go through. And I'm hoping again that people look inward and say, well, there's no different than the grind that every one of you guys sitting here right now have to do every day to make your world successful. It's the same grind. It's the same belief. It's the same inspiration to each other. That's what this is all about. And if you guys can grind it out and come up with a reward at the end, we can see that these characters are trying to do the same thing. and they're trying to grind it out the best way they can, and have a solution at the end that pays off for them. And we'll see that same type of setup for the sequel when we see that, and hopefully later down the road, a TV series. Streaming the TV series.
Why do I feel like this is gonna be like a Fast and the Furious franchise? Why do I even feel like that's the case?
Nice.
Like this is just gonna keep on going. Gamers death day one, and then we're gonna go to.
Well, let's just hope that none of the actors in the movie have a Paul Walker incident. Okay.
Yeah, that was unfortunate there.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
as
sad.
things change, as things evolve, that's why the vision is to have this as a series, continuing series there, because the industry evolves, we all evolve, and we're going to see the scenarios and the action evolve. And if that plays something special in our life, again, for me, it always comes back to inspiration. How do we inspire each other, and what kind of world do we make for each other? That's always the bottom line for me, and that's in any movie that I make, is about the inspiration that we give to each other and for ourselves, so we can cross the finish line together.
Yeah, we do miss a lot of that. Especially now in the eco climate that's going on right now. It's a lot of and I've talked about it in some of my posts, like, how we're forgetting that we're one race. It's a very sad part that's what we forget a
One
lot
world,
of the time.
one race. Yeah.
Yep. There are not a bunch of races. You all bleed the same color. On the inside is the same color, and everybody forgets about that shit. Everybody has this thing where they want to post because of this, because it's not the truth. If we got back to where it was, like back in the day when you can open your door, leave it unlocked, and no one would ever break into your house, because everybody had this respect and understanding that everybody's shit was theirs, and everybody's a human being, and everybody has their own thing, it would be great. But today we have this thing where everybody's separated so many fucking times that no one. I get confused now about shit, because everybody's so separated, and so, like, I'm over here and I'm over. Stop it. At the end of the day, the human dynamic should be that no matter what skin color you are, what what race, what sex, what sexual orientation you are, that you are only one thing, and that you are. Why did Jay just freeze? He is literally eyes closed.
He looks like
he's praying right now. I think he's praying. Everybody, is it just me on the seeing this?
No,
No, I'm seeing it.
Okay, he's praying right now. Okay, everybody, let's take a moment of silence. Let's take a moment of silence for Jay, who was frozen.
Hey, but on the serious side, you're speaking to the darkness that's in each of us, and there's something that we all have to do individually. There's something we all have to do collectively to rid ourselves of the darkness, to get to the world that you're talking about. And I'll bring that back to the movie as well, because that's what you brought me on here to talk about. We see how the darkness is trying to take over their lives. And I even brought in a character called El Kukui. That translates to the ghost. This turns out to be our hero, our unlikely hero. BB Bot, Boom Boom Bot, is our protagonist. The 16-year-old gamer, he's our protagonist. But El Kukui, who represents the illusion of the dark side, actually blends in and tries to bring a world closer to what you described. So there's a lot of different layers. Don't like to hit everybody at once with 10,000 different layers, but there's definitely a whole laundry list of ideas, thoughts, and hopefully inspiration that bring us towards the goal of recognizing each other for our own individualities, for our own creativity, how we choose to live our creativity and share our creativity in the world. And if it's by gaming, by all means do it. If it's by playing ball, by all means do it. If it's by writing, by all means do it. But it's something that we all do individually with a collective goal, I believe, of inspiring people to have a better life and have some fun.
Yeah, I think it's very important to speak about that now. Now, because this last 2 years have been, a
Wasted.
total, 360 of bullshit, right? 360 of bullshit, and it became very uncertain, because of last year. 2020 was like, the big holy fuck for me, actually, I think for everybody, was the fact that how things can flip from your normal everyday life that we've been doing since we were born, to put on a mask, fucking hand sanitizer everywhere. Like I can sit there. Sometimes I'm at the store, fucking just hitting the hand sanitizer button just to watch it just shoot everywhere all over the floor. I don't know why. It's so fun, but don't leave that shit out there. I'm just like
But
sitting
at
there
the same time, don't forget, on the other side of the coin, at the same time, while that was happening to many of us, there were others that were making key discoveries for medicine that made us well. There was poets that were standing during inauguration, and I don't have to tell you about Amanda, that said some of the most profound words that inspired us. So despite the most difficult circumstances and toughest times, doesn't matter whether it's emanating from our country during the Depression, emanating from Europe with the Nazi era, despite those circumstances, you will always see some of the great minds and hearts rise through, again, to try and break through and make our lives better through inspiration and through the work. So we got to use those wasted years, we got to use this to thrust ourselves forward and to have those forward-thinking minds, forward-thinking actions to make all of our lives and our family lives and those that come after us a lot better. I know for me, that's my personal goal. And I just want to thank you all for taking the time to listen to me talk about my dream. I appreciate everyone's comments. I appreciate the thoughts that you gave. And I certainly hope to have folks like yourself, if you're given the opportunity, I hope that you accept it and contribute something to the movie. And by that, I mean, like, perhaps you have that great skill to show in the movie and to share in the movie.
Jay, delivery driver,
and
bro.
that's my wish.
Delivery pizza driver.
My pizza is almost here.
Jay and delivery pizza driver. Delivering pineapple pizzas everywhere.
But I'll never forget you guys.
Apparently delivering.
I'll never forget this.
Delivering what?
This interview,
Delivering
especially
what?
the pizza part.
Delivering
I
what?
swear, I'm gonna wind up kicking somebody today. I know it. I'm gonna do it.
It's on the way here. Mine's on the way here. Where's yours at?
It's already in his
Nobody gives a
house.
flying fuck about your pizza, dude.
Why are you waiting? Why are you waiting to eat a cold pizza?
Because it's not gonna be cold, dipshit. It's cold in oven.
Oh, they're breaking bones like you wouldn't
Reheating
believe
pizza.
here.
Did you really
But
just say
once it-
preheating?
I said reheating pizza.
Wait.
But one more time again, I do have to go take my dog for a walk. You know what I mean? And I do want to thank
How big
you
is
all
your sidewalk?
The bushes, they're about 8 feet tall now. They started out only like 2 or 3 inches.
Should probably
back in
shave
the
that.
day.
Yeah, you should. You should. Manscaped. Oh, wait. Funny
Yeah,
story.
there,
Yeah, funny story about that. Did I tell you about that? Some companies trying to compete with Manscaped sent me a thing asking me to try some of their things, right? They said free because they wanted it on the podcast. I said, okay, fine. Send me the information. No, I told them, send me the information and I'll try it out for free. I said, what do you want? Pictures of everything? Like, fuck, I'll send you all the pictures you want, but what? And then they sent me a thing that says, oh, yes, just pay the 70% off of $59.
Oh, yeah.
I said, I even wrote this. I wrote this.
Small print.
I wrote this motherfucker back. I said, do you smell crack, sir? You're asking me to promote your product on my podcast.
With my dime.
And you want us to pay for it.
And you want us, because I have more than one male in my podcast, to to pay for that to promote your stuff and then promote it on my stream? And he goes, well, but it's at 70. I said, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, sir. I don't know if you haven't figured out what advertising is, but when you ask someone to put something on their show, you send that stuff for free and you send it in a hurry so we can start promoting it. You don't ask me to pay whatever $59.95 plus shipping. I go, you must be out of your fucking mind, sir. And he goes, well, isn't that how everybody does it? I go, you obviously are not a big company if you cannot provide me one of these USB charging razors, which is what everybody does. I go, it's fine. I go, there's a company called Manscaped that I'm talking to. Thank you for your time. Like ridiculous. The kind of.
All right.
Go walk your dog.
On that final note, I do want to say on that final note for me, thank you, Doc, Jay, the pizza guy.
Yeah.
Loki has his pizza.
Loki has his
really a pleasure hearing about the film. I'm very excited about seeing it come out, and I really can't wait to see this. I think that it's going to be an awesome film, and like I said, right at a time when people are going to want to be going for that entertainment and something different. And like I said, find
look
that
up.
Boomer movie. You can call it Goomers, which is gaming boomers.
Hold up.
Uh-oh.
Where is that a travesty from? That is not pizza.
See,
Domino's is diarrhea with sauce. It is not pizza, okay? So you can sit there and eat that shit and claim it to be pizza all you want.
Yung backpack
There goes
me.
that sponsor.
Yeah, it's going for the sponsorship.
Yeah, there it goes.
Yung backpack me Jason's mabaho.
Butthole.
No. I've been teaching him stuff in Filipino that maybe I shouldn't have taught him because he learned it very fast. He's learned stuff very fast, and it's very scary.
He eats that shit. He eats that shit and thinks it's pizza.
No, don't worry. He'll in the middle of a game. Today during gaming, he's gonna end up shitting himself. So don't worry. Guaranteed. No, Domino's does it to everybody.
Mr. Nero, I'm going to go ahead and jet then.
All right.
But
I know you're a busy man.
Y'all.
Go
I'm not that busy.
tell Denzel I said hi. Jesus.
Yeah.
The guy never calls anymore. Like, God. What's wrong with that guy? Tell Denzel I said hi. We should actually next time we get to LA, hopefully he's not doing a project. We should go have lunch with him.
That sounds good. But you know him, he's all over the world.
Dude, he's all over the world. Him and Will.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that one time that one breakfast was like a lucky chance that everybody was home at that time. So
All righty then. I look forward to making this thing, and I look forward to hopefully having you all help, and then also look forward to pushing it together too.
Jay,
with that,
the pizza delivery guy on this new movie. Actually, you know what would be great is if he
and
was
on the set there will be no pizza.
Oh, there better be pizza. Like, good God. Wait. What kind of
We gotta have the keto wagon.
Wait. No. What kind of craft services are we talking about? Jeez. Steaks all the time? Yeah, let's get that budget. It is an Amazon budget, so should be.
Well, it was really a pleasure to meet you.
Pineapple.
Thank you. I appreciate you very much. And that was Nero that said that. That was not me saying anything about Amazon. Just to set the record straight there.
Hey, I was talking about budgets. Like, come on, craft services. Yeah. How many times have we been on set in craft services? Sometimes you get like these really shitty craft services. They have like Subway sandwiches. I'm like, I could have got that myself. It's right down the street.
That's amazing to me.
And then you get
Free
these
Subway sandwiches?
No. And then I go to this what was it? Prospect Studios, where they had that big truck with the ovens in the my God, they were pumping out like 4-star meals in that thing. Steak, ribeye steak, and oh my God. Now that's craft services right there.
Man, you're making me hungry.
I am.
But on that note, before this thing here dies out, I keep getting 5% the red here. I'll reconnect with y'all if you want me back again. Thank you.
Oh yeah,
that.
for sure.
Absolutely.
As the movie progresses, and you know, as we get on set for the movies, we might actually do live Twitch chats from the movie set. So
You're welcome to. This crew is. Yep.
Yeah.
You're welcome to. This crew is. All right. Well, thank you so
Sounds good.
much. Thank you
All
so
right.
very
All right,
much.
you take
No
care.
worries,
Have a
man.
good one.
Have a good night, man.
Have a good
All
one.
right. All right. Thank you.
Later.
all right, so that movie right there is called. Hold on, let me not mess this up here. Let me get my notes
Uh-oh.
out. Let me get the notes out here. I always mess up people's titles, so let me just make sure I get my notes out here.
Gamers Days of Death.
Is that what it's called?
Mhm.
I don't want to mess it up.
And Days.
Gamers, yeah. You see, that's branding. That came. I always tell him to brand it differently. Like yours has the 3 in it.
Yep.
I always tell him to brand it differently. So Gamers Days of Death, look for it. Right now, like I said, it's in the final stages of the writing process, and soon we'll be in the filming process. That's going to be at least like a 2-year filming process because of all the locations. For you guys that don't understand how movies are made, they don't get made in like 6 months. And like Fast and the Furious, the new one that just came out has been filmed for the last 4 years now, 3 or 4 years. They've been filming that Fast and the Furious 9, so it takes a long time. So, but this movie hopefully will get green lighted and start production. And then if we slowly start seeing us disappear from our normal streaming schedules, you know what happened is that we're gonna be filming in parts of the movies. So, like Doc, Doc's gonna be the what'd you say, Goomer? Goomer?
Yeah, the Goomer.
The Goomer.
That I'm gonna get that trending.
Yeah,
Gaming Boomer.
Hashtag
the
Goomer. Hashtag Goomer.
Hashtag Goomer.
Jay, is gonna have that pizza delivery guy scene, so that's gonna at least
Loki gets it delivered to him.
yeah. Loki might be one of the.
The only thing I'd be delivering to him is a kick to the mouth.
See how much he loves you, Loki. He's
And
just
he'd respond that
Jealous
he's cute.
of that.
I just want to point this out, Naro. When you were talking about all the food that they present, right?
mhm.
You brought up Subway sandwiches, and Loki's like, "Oh yeah, that's fucking awesome." Dude's eating Domino's, and he's talking how Subway sandwiches are awesome. Just shows you the kind of mind he's in. Okay, you're talking
Dude,
steaks and all this shit. He's perfectly happy with Subway and Domino's. So
And he's
Well,
like, yeah.
he's not. But see, to be fair, Jay, a lot of people have never been to a movie set, right? A lot of people have not been to a movie set and see how craft services works. They are there literally for the duration of the almost 16 or 18 hours it's being filmed. Breakfast in the morning. You'll see everybody from the crew to the actors and everybody going to the tent where craft services is, and there's breakfast in the morning. Then when lunch comes around, they got lunch ready when they call for lunch. And then when dinner comes around, because they're filming late, they're gonna have dinner call. And dude, like, I'm talking about a big rig truck full with ovens and literally Michelin star chefs cooking in there. That is craft services. It's freaking amazing. And then obviously sometimes when you like film commercials or stuff, they would have the Subway sandwiches and the
Yeah, as
cookies and
opposed
shit.
to the Subway
and
sandwich.
Yeah.
then it's either that or it's catering, which is
No,
Subway.
craft services. They hire
Right,
they
that's
hire
where they get cooks and all that stuff, and they cook actually.
no.
food.
Whether
The
you
catering is Subway.
no, whether you get catering or not, it's still called craft services. If they subcontract
Well,
to a catering place, it's
you
still
know
called
what?
Subway. It's still called craft services. That's what it is.
Crap services.
Unless they're cooking at a major
Sounds to
movie.
me like you're just ungrateful for free lunch. free food, man.
Loki is one of those types that goes to like the conventions and takes all the free like keychains and motherfucking pens, right? If he was at TwitchCon with me, I would have him. He'd be going through the booths like 4 times trying to get the same shit over and over. I had one guy like that with me.
Changing his shirt and putting on a hat.
No. He wouldn't do it because they don't give a shit. They leave it right there in front of you. Like they take as much as you want. Like they you know how much G Fuel I still have? Like I have tons of G Fuel samples, like still sitting in G Fuel, Red Bull. Red Bull gives you, I mean, like cans and cans and cans. Like when you're there at TwitchCon, they have girls, really hot girls, handing out cans and cans of Red Bull. I had Red Bull in my backpack for like days because I was doing Twitch Rivals, so I wasn't doing a lot of sleeping during TwitchCon. But yeah, Loki seems like the type that would be at TwitchCon getting all the free shit over and over. He would not be able to get back on the airplane because his suitcase would be too heavy.
Free food is free food.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, Oos. Loki's the one that's always like snacking. He'll be the one like on the movie set that
The man started the podcast eating chips. He's finishing eating pizza.
yeah, that's pretty much Loki. Loki would be that one where you're just like you're sitting there just like where's Loki at? Can someone find him on set? And you'd find him over there craft services eating. That's where.
He'd be at the vending machine kicking because it ate his quarter.
But yeah, you're right. You're right.
I've never done that before.
But I think that movie is going to be a very interesting movie, and I think it's going to give a lot of because of its message. It's a different kind of message. It's not a message of okay, we're just talking about gaming. Now, and I told him, I said when I heard his idea of this movie, and I didn't leak a lot about what the movie was until I got. I knew that his copyrights were in place and that he had permission. You know, we have permission to talk about what the movie was about, but. You know, it's something where you're having to put yourself out of that comfort zone that we're always stuck in, and I think a lot of people get stuck in that comfort zone of they're complacent in being put in the same, you know, doing the same shit all the time. And a good story of that is Loki. Loki literally went from a job that, you know, just doing. From doing a job like just like working 9 to 5 and not streaming and not you know playing games casually, not playing games online, to throwing him in here and putting him into an Apex tournament and throwing him in here to start streaming again. I think it is like a different dynamic for him. It's something that people don't understand, that there's a lot of adjustment period. You know, like for me personally, like working before 12 hours a day. Doc, you knew me when I was working full time and still doing the streaming stuff. 12 hours a day of working plus going into streaming for another 4 hours and then going to sleep and doing that in a 5-day window, having to do the same rotation. So it's a lot of work and it's a lot of stuff that people don't understand that has to be done. A lot of sacrifices. People want to live their dreams and pursue their dreams till they realize how much work and sacrifice this really is. People can say that they want their dream, but a lot of people don't want to work towards their dream. And that's where a lot of times people fail. They look at this and think it's easy, like it's going to be overnight because they saw Ninja do it. You know, because he played with Drake that one day. Let me tell you something.
Right, though.
Let me tell you something about if Ninja never played with Drake on Fortnite, that whole situation and all those opportunities that he got would have never fallen into place like it did to where he is now. It's that one opportunity, that one thing that will happen that you'll never know will happen, and no one can tell you that it's going to happen for you. That's going to make you put in a better position. And the only way you do it is by working your ass off and doing the same shit, whether you see progress or you don't see progress. It is something that's interesting that people forget. They don't see the results right away. They want to quit right away. A lot of people do that. Doc, and correct me if I'm wrong. A lot of people, they don't see progress. They just want to say, "Here, oh fuck, let's go to the next thing. What else is new?" And that's 100% of the thing.
Yeah, they get so attached to the outcome and what they visualize, and you know, like the old saying goes, the only time success comes before work is in the dictionary. And people need to be able to realize that one, it's a journey, and it's going to have points where it's working and points when it's not. And the thing is, it's the drive within each person that when you're in those rough spots, when you want to give up, when you want to quit, you have nothing but what's inside of you that says, you know what, the very next stream I do could be the one that pops. The very next game I play could be the one that puts me on the map. And always thinking, you know what, all it takes is one more step. If I'm willing to take one more step, that may be the step that changes everything. But they also don't consider the value of the journey, the value of all the work they did, the value of, you know, of what they learned in the process. So, you know, I mean, really, it's when people can start off not being so wrapped up in the analytics, because everybody wants to go to that analytics page, and you know, it's like how they feel about themselves that day depends on whether that little arrow next to it is pointing up or pointing down. You know, it's coming back to the fact that you love gaming, that you love what you do, you enjoy the people you're interacting with, and if it's never more than what it is right now, it's not so bad. And if you're willing to put in the work, yes, it can be more. And it is. It's, people would treat it like a job. And
Yeah.
put in for that.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. Literally, from the moment that I wanted to start this grind and this journey, that's what it's been. When people ask me, Loki tells me all the time, "What the fuck are you still doing up?" He's waking up after playing with me. He's gone to sleep and waking up and still seeing me on. He's asking me what the fuck I'm still doing. I said, because this is the journey. This is the process of sometimes you got to sacrifice your sleep. Sometimes you got to sacrifice, going out and hanging out and doing shit because you want to, because this is what you want. And those are the people that succeed 100% of the times. The fact that they understand that there will be time to be able to do what you want once you succeed in whatever journey you're doing. And I'm not saying it has to be gaming or whatever, but whatever dream and journey that you're trying to do. And a lot of people don't understand that. They think, oh, it's cool, let's go fucking hang out. That one day off sets you back so much when you're in that process, Doc. And I believe 100% that process, you have to go through it. You have to get scraped up. You have to get cut up in that process to understand how important your journey was to you being successful. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. I feel like a lot of people feel like that it's something that, 4 days from now, I'm going to be the best gamer over here. And you're not.
Yeah.
You're not. This is this cruel world, especially here in this realm here, will eat you up alive mentally, especially if you sit there and have those kind of mindsets of not understanding what this is. This right here is a journey. It's not an overnight thing. It's not something, and like right now we're coming up with something with me, Loki, and a couple other people, Jay, and to help streamers streamline their process into actually becoming a streamer. And because this is something I didn't have, and I've been talking about this. This is something when I started this journey, I didn't have all these people. I didn't have a Jay Stuns teaching me about all the technical stuff. I didn't have a Narrow Minds helping me, showing me how to do clips on Instagram and puts. So now we're putting something together for other people to support them and help them in a way that we show them the process, and it's up to them to do the work. It's a very easy platform to do. And so that's something that we are working on to better the streamlining process of people actually, because I told, I looked the other day on Apex to see I went from lowest number of viewers to highest number of viewers. Do you know how many people have 0 viewers? Do you know how many people have 1 viewer? You know how many people have, and it's tons. There's literally 50 lines of people that have 0 viewers, 1 viewers. And I'm sure that they want those viewers there. And now we're working out an actual like guideline of plans to show them how, and it's working for Loki right now. It's working for another guy named Rocky that we literally just kind of told him kind of what to do. And he's seeing an uptick of people watching his streams. Why? Because it's working. But the other half of it is that they need to do the work. I'm not doing the work I'm showing you how to do it. And it's I don't want to be the one that it's like a crutch that people fall on a lot. It's one thing, like, Doc, you call us for help every once in a while for technical stuff, but you don't fall, you're not using it as a crutch. But there's people that want to use this as a crutch, and I'm not doing that as a crutch. This program that we're going to do is teaching you all the steps that you need to take and teaching you the programs you need to use, and that's it. The other half of it is you going there and doing the work. It's a part of it.
We're showing you how to crawl. It's up to you to walk.
Exactly. We're going to show you the steps to take to how to be a streamer, the Athena scopes, how to post stuff on Instagram, how much Instagram you're supposed to be doing, and how much stuff you're supposed to be posting and what you're posting. That stuff right there is basically what we're going to do. And not so much, oh, can you help me do that? No. It's partly your process to do the work. And I feel like a lot of programs, they funnel you in and take your money, promise you the world, and then throw you out there. And if you don't get any results, oh well. I'm telling you that it's up to you. I'm showing you how to do it. It's up to you to do the work. It's up to you to do the process. And I think that's the most healthiest way for people. And I don't know, Doc, if I'm wrong about that, but I feel like it's the most healthiest way for people to learn and understand what this process is. If this is what you want to do for the rest of your life, this is what you love to do for the rest of your life, and you want to get paid to do it, it's all you, not me. Because I'm doing my work.
Yeah.
And I think that's an important key that, like, a lot of people buy these bullshit sales funnel. I promising you this, and I'm promising you viewers, and I'm not promising you any of that. I'm promising that I will show you a way to get people to notice you, and that's it.
Here's the recipe. Here's the ingredients. Here's the kitchen. This is what you do. Now make a cake.
Right.
And that idea, because what that does is it empowers and it allows people to take responsibility for what it is they do want to achieve, because then when they achieve it, they know it's theirs. If somebody else is the one making it happen, it never truly belongs to that person. And I think that really that is probably one of the best ways to go, is to say, it's like, all right, here is the information you need, and here is the way that you can do this. Now it's up to you. It's up to you to create your, find a way to create your schedules. Time management is up to you.
Yeah.
Here's what you need to do. Here's how much time it's going to take. And you need to be able to manage that, because only you know your own schedule. Right. And really being able to incorporate that with just a balanced life, because, those who get so tunnel visioned into it, it's like, okay, every once in a while, get up and go outside.
Right.
Take a breath, sit down, play a game just for the fun of it. So being able to find those balance points so that people don't get so intense into it that it breaks them.
Right.
So yeah, I think it sounds like a wonderful thing.
Yeah, it's something where we're teaching you how to do it. And one of my best success stories is sitting right here with us.
Pizza boy.
I mean, literally, I showed him how to do this stuff, and he did it, and he did it. He worked it. He came in there and practiced, and that's the thing. That's the thing I love about that guy, because he, no matter what it is, he'll fucking put 110% effort into it, and no matter how tired he is or whatever, he's there. And that's the kind of drive I look for in a person. Is not the fact that they're skilled or something at something, or they're the best gamer at something. No, it's how much fucking drive do you have? How much effort do you want your dream to be? And that's something that we're looking for, and that's why I created.
Yeah, well, we'll tell you how to do it the right way. Not, you don't want to go try to steal other people's viewers. You don't want to, try to copy somebody else. You don't want to do anything like that. You want to be your own self. You want to be your own brand. You want to do things your own way. And we'll just give you the guidelines of how to get started. We're not going to tell you have to do this. We'll give you what you could do, but it's up to you to do it. We can give you, we can tell you till we're blue in the face of what you can do, what you can't do, whatever. Right. But unless you take that advice, it ain't gonna mean shit to us. You're the one that's going to fail.
Yep. Yeah. We give you a layout. We give you a layout. We give you the tools that you need, and the tools are usually, with the exception of certain things, the stuff that I show you is 100% free for when you start out as a streamer. 100% free when you start out as a streamer, as long as you're dedicated enough to go do it and post the clips and do the things on social media that it takes to promote yourself. A lot of these people, I see a lot of gamers right now buying ads on Instagram. For what? You're wasting $10 a week on Instagram ads of people that are just going to scroll past your bullshit. They're going to scroll past your bullshit. 100%. No one's going to click on the more info tab because you want to get to affiliate. I'm going to be honest with you. If you don't know how to sell yourself organically as a brand, because you are making your brand, and that's something that you need to understand, and something that we're going to tell people, that your brand is your brand. If you call yourself Come Quick the Frog, well, that's on you. That's not my brand. I'll teach you how to promote it to the best of my abilities, but I don't know how many motherfuckers are going to watch your stream.
Yeah, I mean, whether you succeed or fail is all going to depend on you.
Yeah. That's what we're creating this program for.
We're not going to create your brand for you. We're not going to create your brand for you. But put it this way: if you're going to start streaming and you're going to say, "I'm going to be the next Tim the Tatman," well, guess what? The people that will be going to stream will be the ones that are going to go and watch Tim the Tatman instead of you.
Exactly.
You need to
There's already a Tim the Tatman.
Right. You need to set yourself apart. Find your own personality online. Do your own thing. You may play oversaturated games. You may play undersaturated games. You may play a game nobody's ever heard of.
Yeah, and
the bottom line is, we will give you the tools. We will show you the way. It's up to you to walk it. It's up to you to do it. Because whether you fail or not means shit to us. We'll help you out. We'll do what we got to do.
And
if you succeed, perfect. If you don't, listen, you're the one that failed, not us. We're helping you by giving you steps. It's up to you to do them.
And part of the program is we'll be there for the 3 months. We'll show you how to do it. If you have questions, yeah, you can ask us. But at the end of the day, I want the people to work for their own stuff because it feels better. I feel good because I worked on all this shit myself. This podcast that me and Jay Stun started last year out of the fucking blue, right?
Like came from us dying in Call of Duty.
Yeah, literally out of the fucking blue. And the reason I called it the key reason I called it the Gulag Podcast is because every day that you're in streaming or whatever it is you want to do for the rest of your life, you are fighting every day to keep that a relevant thing for yourself. You are fighting to keep yourself relevant and keep your dream alive. And that's what people don't understand. They think this is some autopilot bullshit that's going to happen for them no matter what happens. And that's not true. This is a lot of hard work. It's going to continue to be a lot of hard work. There's days, yeah, almost every other day I get like 5-6 hours of sleep. Yeah, that's true. But it's because I
will say this. Male or female does not matter. What I will say is this. You will be disappointed because you will see the booby streamers, the airheads, whatever you want to call them, taking viewer after viewer after viewer away from people that are hardworking and just trying to do their thing on the game. It's a natural thing. Sex sells. We all know this. That's why OnlyFans exists.
Wait, I thought I was getting workout tips on OnlyFans. Is that true?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, work out some things.
Shit.
But do not be discouraged by seeing somebody that's got their chest hanging out with 120 viewers, and here you are,
Loki,
going 30 and something in a Call of Duty game, winning Warzone after Warzone game, whatever, and you have 2 viewers. It's not gonna make a difference. Bottom line is nobody's there to watch entertainment. They're there to watch something happen to the person where they wind up jumping up and down in their seat and seeing their tits bounce around. That's what they're there for. They're not there for anything fun. So
let him bounce, Loki. Go ahead, let him bounce.
I'll get there.
Keep eating pizza.
Yeah, keep on eating that pizza.
I will eat this entire thing and not gain a single pound.
Yeah, you want to know why? Because you ordered Domino's.
No, not even. He ain't gonna gain a single. He's gonna lose about 15 once he goes into the bathroom.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He ordered Domino's. Yeah, for sure.
I cannot put on weight to save my life.
Oh, enjoy your youth.
But yeah, I
5
think
years down the road, you see Loki sitting at like 560 pounds breaking chairs. Oh, because he had now he's eating chocolate cake or brownies.
Dude, that better not, Loki. That better not be a thing for you, bro.
No, that's like the 3rd brownie. Is that brownies?
He's been sitting there popping brownies since we've been talking to the director. Like he's been popping them so. I don't even know what to say to him. Yeah, enjoy your youth, motherfucker. That's enjoy your youth. But yeah, in all seriousness, what we're teaching you, and yes, are we going to charge a fee for teaching you? Yeah, but we're going to be there for 3 months to teach you this program. It's not something that's we're taking time out of our thing to teach you this program, and it's going to be a proven program. Chels, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Deadeye, welcome to the stream. It's something that we're creating that's gonna give people the opportunity. That's it. It's just like anything. It's giving you the opportunity, but it's taking time out of our schedules to show you how to do this. So
shit, and I'm a long time as it is.
Yeah. So I mean that's the thing. You expect something, we're going to give you that product, and I flat out I'm going to tell you once we officially launch this product. I'm going to explain to you that it's going to be 100% of your hard work. I don't think anybody has ever made a product like that, and I think it's going to be interesting to see how people react to it. But to see that it does work just by the 1 or 2 months that Loki's been in doing all his stuff, how much of a change he's had with the people and the fact that people respond to his Instagram posts and the fact that sometimes I have to whoop his ass. Like today, I already sent him a fucking YouTube video he still hasn't posted.
It's not Monday.
It was supposed to be done Friday, fool. I was going to post mine the same time for right before ALGS. But anyways, it's fine. We'll get it done.
Here's a little piece of advice for free. If you're coming into streaming expecting to be rich and popular off the gate, don't even bother because it ain't gonna happen.
It's true. It's a lot of hard work. This is a lot of hard work. This is not something that is an overnight thing. And I think it's a lesson for people in anything that they do. If you want to live your dream, you think you're going to buy a yacht tomorrow and a motherfucking jet, you have a long way coming to you. I don't care if it's a music career. I don't care if it's you're trying to be an actor or actress. People have done a lot of Prince fucking mopped the music studio he was in to get free time in the music studio to make his music. The guy was a janitor at the music studio that he produced most of his hits in. Think about that.
Yeah.
He made a lot of sacrifices to do what he loved, and making music was what he loved. He mopped the fucking floor. He didn't just walk in there and said, "Hey, my name is Prince. I'm gonna go and make music for you." No, he had to work his ass off. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. A lot of people think, they see the streamers on here and they see some viewers and they think it's going to happen overnight. Well, go to your browser and look from lowest to highest in whatever category you want to be in and see how many people are sitting at 0 followers.
The only way you're going to get popular in this is if you were born with a golden spoon in your mouth. Because then it ain't going to matter.
Well, yeah, then you lose because you're buying viewers. You lose.
Yep.
If your whole ploy is giving something away all the time and people don't, the only reason that people watch you is because you're giving stuff away, and then the 1 month you don't give something away, they all of a sudden you see your viewership drop. It's a big wake up call for what you're doing.
Or even worse, when you claim you're doing a giveaway and the only way to enter is if you gift subs.
Yeah.
Sorry to tell you, but the subs that are being gifted, that money that you're using to gift those subs is paying for the giveaways. The streamers are giving away anything. Come on now. She's giving away, that person's giving away stuff you're buying. Come on.
My favorite part about the giveaway people is the ones that do like giveaway raffles, and then I'm sure we've all heard the story. You raffle off a dead horse. Everyone pays $2 for a ticket. 200 people pay $2 for a ticket. That's $400 right there. And then the guy who wins is like, "Oh, sorry, man, the horse died." And he's like, "Oh, it's okay. It was just $2."
Right.
Yeah. So that's the thing.
That happens.
That's the thing that happens all the time.
You do a giveaway, you see somebody that gives up, let's say, like, I don't know, a $50 Steam card. They paid that $50 out of their own pocket, and they're giving away to people that's, okay, maybe to subscribe to them, whatever. But at the same time, we're not requiring them to gift you subs. If they want to sub to you on their own, that's their thing. But if somebody's sitting there saying, I'm going to give away a $100 Steam card, they spend $100 out of their own pocket, that's a giveaway because they're taking money out of their pocket and giving it to somebody else.
I gave someone a ticket to TwitchCon 2019. Imagine that.
Wait, what's TwitchCon?
Hopefully it'll be back this year. 2019 TwitchCon. A $5 sub got you whoever subbed, I think for like a 2-month period, so it was like a $15 maybe commitment, got you a $200 ticket to go to with me to TwitchCon. Imagine that.
Probably more like 2022.
I'm keeping my fingers crossed for this year. We'll make it in Texas where they don't require anything, or Georgia where they don't require masks.
I wouldn't count on TwitchCon this year. I'd expect next year.
I'm hoping. I don't know. I'll ask some of the guys at Twitch.
We do have a couple months, but
like I said, Georgia or Florida, somewhere I'll fly out there. Fuck it. Somewhere that doesn't require masks.
That's not necessarily a good thing because it's like, yes, let's come home and all go.
Let's have it in New York City at the Javits Center. Let's go.
Okay. Are the beds still there?
Good for you, Loki. Good for you.
Oh, that's our sponsor. Isn't that where they put all the wasn't that like an outside like hospital thing that they were storing people?
Amazing mask, by the way. Not a medical mask at all, but it is a very extremely breathable mask. It's
good for you.
Actually really, really cool.
Twitch won't happen this year. I know. I'm giving them hope. I did have a meeting with Twitch like a month ago, and they sounded really unsure in the middle of that meeting.
We're 2.5 in.
So I don't know. We'll see.
2.5 hours into this.
Yeah. We're 2.5 hours in.
We always go like way over what we do, especially when Corbulus is here. When Corbulus is here, we get carried away with his peanut butter antics. So,
well, I have pizza to eat.
Is this gonna be live? Is this gonna be live? So if so, start your stream.
No,
I'll send you the followers to watch you eat pineapple
not
pizza
even close to being ready yet.
live on stream.
If
Jay
I decide to go
Stuns.
live tonight, it will not be yet.
Jay Stuns live eating pizza pineapple style.
Eating pizza live.
Jay Stuns chokes on pineapple pizza.
Yes, because there are plenty of people on Twitch that want to see a fat kid eat pizza. Let me tell you.
Dude, first of all, it has nothing to do with whether you're fat or skinny. Number two, it's because you were hyping this up so much that people are very interested. I know Deadite wants to see this.
How am I hyping?
I
it
know
up? Please tell me
Corbulus
this.
wants to see this. I know Death Angel wants to see this. Loki
Oh, they
would
all
love
do.
to see this.
They all do, but
Doc
how am I
wants to
hyping
see
this
this.
up?
Because, no, not hyping it up, but we're all hyped up to see this. How about that?
Okay, I was gonna say I'm not hyping up a shit because I don't even want to do it.
How
but
about
I'm only
that?
doing it
We're
'cause
all
people are
hyped up to
generous.
see you eat this pineapple pizza because the way you talk about pineapple
Okay,
is so
well,
hateful.
Well,
Hey,
it could be live or it could be recorded. I don't know yet. I gotta see.
Hey, I think it would be more hyped up to see you get to the lowest level on the Skull Cavern in Stardew Valley.
While eating pineapple pizza.
Who knows? Maybe I'll just post it on OnlyFans. My only post on OnlyFans will be me eating pineapple
Oh,
pizza.
that's right.
Can you call my lawyer, please? Please do it again. Fuck. Are you promoting your OnlyFans? What is it? Go ahead.
No.
PineappleJ@gmail.
That's a definite no.
That's an absolute.
You know he got mad, Doc. I was gonna buy him pineapple bed sheets.
Oh, gee, I can't see how that would go badly.
See, just so you know, I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one tired of this pineapple thing. Just so you know.
Who else is?
The reason the goal came down was because people started going to other people's streams and commenting on me and pineapple pizza, and the people got so pissed off about it. There have been people getting banned in other people's chats because of it. Like, it is a non-stop thing that people just don't shut up about it. So I decided that the goal was coming down, and I would, out of the people that were generous enough to donate, instead of doing the whole pie thing, I would eat a couple slices to make up for the fact that people were generous to make it up. The fact is, the pineapple pizza thing is done. The goal is done. If your chances are in a lot of people's streams, if you mention me and pineapple pizza, you'll probably be banned. Does not matter who you are, you will be banned. So don't do it. People are getting really, really annoyed over it, especially me. Because I told somebody the other day that somebody came in my chat when I was playing Sea of Thieves. And he's like, "So how's the pineapple pizza?" I'm like, "I'm gonna shove it up your fucking ass." He went into Corbulus' chat and said, "Hey Corb, why don't you say something to Jay about pineapple pizza?" Corbulus snapped on him and banned him. Let me tell you, it's literally at the line where everybody's sick and tired of it. So that's why I'm putting it to bed. It's done.
You started that fire though, but you still have merch going for it too.
No, the merch is one thing. That's fine. But I'm saying, like, the merch is one thing. If joking around about it is fine, but every day, it's like, what's the one thing you hate more than anything in this world? And somebody brings it up to you every single day, no matter where you go.
How far did you get down that goal, by the way? I know I know you got at least halfway, right?
After what Ice did the other day, I would probably say about half.
Yeah, you got halfway. I know you got halfway.
Well, no, Ice hit me with I don't even know what is like 30. Hold on.
Yeah, there was a whole mess of gift subs.
See the stuff I miss? Me and him.
It was very loud. It was very, very loud.
Me and Loki have been so busy with Apex, we didn't even know what's been going on in the
21, 22. And then Corbulus hit me with 5. So all in total, there was a level 5 hype train, 13 subs, 8,500 bits, and that was before and all the stuff Ice did was before the hype train even started. So it was insane the other day. So,
I helped.
Yep, Doc was in there. If I had to say anything, I would say easily about a little over halfway, if anything, because
really,
like I said.
Nice.
Let's see. The hype train was triggered here. Before the hype train was triggered, we had where was it?
I figured somebody was going to do something like that.
We had Deadeye come in with tier 2, Pagan with a tier 1, follow 10 bits, Sub, Doc sub, 20 gifted subs, a sub, 5 gifted subs, another gifted sub, 500 bits, then the Hype Train trigger, and then it was bits, donated sub, gift sub, 5 gift sub. It was insane. So out of everything, I would say a little over half of it.
Yeah, I figured half would at least get done. But if you had left it up a couple more days and Aphrodite's
There's no point.
boyfriend Joe had gotten a hold of your stream because he was waiting for you to go live, he was going to donate the rest of it. He
Yeah,
was really
right.
good. Oh no, he was, dude. He was talking. He's like, "When does Jay go live?" He would ask me. He'd be like, "When does Jay go?" I'd go, "He's only on weekends right now because he's working during."
Technically, the goal is still up. I'm just not showing it. I didn't actually disable it yet.
Okay,
so.
well, I'll just tell him to go. I'll tell him it's
Yeah.
halfway. But he needs to sell how much? I don't know how much is left.
Tell him 1,000 and see what he says.
All right, I'll see what happens.
Yeah,
Let's
tell
see.
him 1,000 and see what he says.
I don't
That's definitely not what it is, but tell him 1,000 and see what he says.
I'll tell him 1,000 the next time they ask me to get on, because hey, that's one guy. Once we jokingly talked about it while I was playing Apex with him, and unbeknownst to me, he made a command in Aphrodite's stream.
Yeah, I know. That's another thing. Like okay, Aphrodite, she's cool. She comes in here or whatever, but I don't know Joe for nothing, right? And this dude's sitting there making a pineapple pizza command in her chat. I don't even know who the fuck this guy is. Like, it's old. It's repetitive. Like, just find something else.
Well, it's good. Well,
It's
this will cap it right here. Once you eat the pizza, it will cap.
It's without a doubt done. Now. It's done.
It will cap it. But you gotta find a way to keep that merch going, because that was the.
No, the pineapple pizza pasty shirt's still happening. Daddy's still working.
Oh wait,
that's
Loki,
still
you're
a
gonna
thing.
do the actual pasties, right? Okay, he's gonna do the actual pasties.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the pineapple pizza pasty shirt is still a thing. Daddy's still working on that, and that'll be out as soon as she's finished with it. But yeah, that's a thing.
Okay, that's good. And then your hat merch. I see you're wearing new hat merch right now.
Yeah, I'm wearing my hat merch, but the store isn't open yet because I got to still finalize a couple little things.
New hat merch coming out. That hopefully will be coming out soon. As you can see, there's one of the models right there. Jay is wearing. Doc, we got to get you some merch going.
Hey.
I like it. Oh my God,
Right.
look at that. New merch for Doc too. New merch for Doc. I like it. I think you have a coffee mug too, right?
I've got a coffee mug. I've got
Sweatshirts. I like it. All right, so Doc's got new merch. I'm coming out with new merch, the Choke Me merch. That's coming out soon. So this is inspired by Aphrodite when
There's gonna be an apron with a Pizza Heart on it. There's gonna be a lot of stuff coming out.
Yeah, see, I have my Choke Me merch because apparently when I said something funny, Aphrodite choked on her water, which then triggered her to say on stream in front of everybody that I choked her, and then made her cry. And so we're gonna do Choke Me merch. Loki's gonna get some new merch going soon. You got to figure out. We're gonna figure out some Kermit the Frog stuff without getting in trouble with Sesame Street or whatever the fuck that place is. Without getting
Kermit look like he's on crack.
No, have Kermit with a fucking hand going up his ass. Just all you see is like the Kermit, and then you see a hand like an arm going underneath it. Maybe that'll be his merch. I don't know. We'll figure out merch for him. But I'm glad, Doc. I'm glad you got merch now. That's really cool.
I've got actual merch. I'm very excited.
That's really cool. Like I said, my merch is going to be coming out. I got to talk to. Speaking of sweets, I got to talk to her about that. I'm designing some new stuff for me as far as the merch is concerned. All right, guys. Final word of the day. Jay is right. We are 2 hours 37 minutes into this. I'm hopefully you guys will be able to watch the movie. Are we going to be in the movie? Question mark. Could be a thing. If you don't see us for,
I need to know so I can request days off.
Yeah.
Shit.
Well, no. Once production starts, we'll get you a schedule for what and where you're going to have to fly to if you're going to be.
For
Yeah.
set amount of time.
If anything, usually movie companies will set you up in a place for long term, like they have long term Airbnbs. So we might be able to bring like a laptop over there and stream you guys not daily updates about what the movie is, what's going on in the movie, because obviously we want you to watch the movie, not watch it while we're filming it. So, but if we do end up doing the production of that movie, you will see like us disappearing off stream, and we will tell you and make announcements about where we're at and where we're traveling. Not to give you any great detail because we don't need like 1,000 people showing up there while we're filming filming scenes in LA or Puerto Rico or San Diego or wherever we're going to be filming at. But yeah, it should be interesting. So if you do see us disappearing here in the next couple of months off stream and telling you that the schedule as far as streaming has been put to
I think I get 2 weeks off at the end of August. Let's plan it for that.
I'd love to, but I mean, when you see the zeros in a paycheck, I don't think you're gonna care too much. You can take sick days.
Yeah, I'll be playing the lady bringing in a platter of cookies for everybody.
Nice.
Your kids need some cookies.
Oh shit.
Oh no, you know what you could play? You could play the grandmother that does that, but then she comes in when they're secretly when they're not on their computer.
No, dude, she'd be like the grandma.
She could be the one.
Boy.
No. She could be the one that she secretly is a gamer herself. So she walks in and when the kids are off to school or wherever, she comes in and gets on their PCs and plays Apex and kicks everybody's ass. I think that would be
grandma's boy.
Hey, I used to
Grandma's
do
boy
that.
with Doris
I
Roberts.
used to do that with my kids. They'd come home from school and I'd be on the Xbox.
Bro, grandma's boy with Doris Roberts and grandma's boy, right? Her grandson was like a game developer or whatever, and she was sitting there and she saw him playing one night. She goes, "Oh, what's this?" She sits down. He gives her the controls. Says, "Well, this is what you do. You hit this. This is literally within the next day." She was like all pro at the game, and when somebody was accused of stealing his game, he said, "I will prove that this is my game and not his." They're like, "Well, how are you gonna prove?" He goes, "I brought my grandmother to play." They brought the grandmother in and it beat the guy that was supposedly stole the game, and the kid was like embarrassed as shit that he was beaten by a grandma.
There you
nice.
go. There you go.
Boy is
Okay, we got to.
We have not seen it. Grandma's Boy, watch it.
We got to talk to the writers and see if we can write it that in. But like I said, if you see us start disappearing, that's because someone.
Shit, I already disappeared.
Someone has funded the movie, and there was a lot of zeros in the check that they sent me as an advance check. So, and everybody here. So, it is going to be a fun thing. Hopefully that you guys will be able to watch that movie. Not in the in the next year here or so, because it does take a long time for production and post production and editing and all that stuff. But it should be a fun movie to be a part of, actually, and to actually see be filmed and actually everybody who's ever wanted to be in movies or film, we'll sneak you into little tidbits of where we're filming, like every actor does. They always do like a TikTok of like behind the scenes shit that we do, because. Believe me, I've filmed with Loren before, and our outtakes, especially of me, because I ad-lib shit all the time when we used to do movies. I have so many outtakes of me saying some stupid shit, and people are in the writers in the back are looking at the fucking script going, "What the fuck is he talking about?" Just like who used to be really good at that is Robin Williams. Robin Williams would improv lines, and Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey is an improver. He will put stuff in movies that no one even knew was going to happen. So it's going to be interesting. But final thoughts of the day, Jay Stuns.
I got nothing.
We're not gonna talk. Are you gonna stream today? Like question mark.
I do not know.
Okay, look out for his stream today. If he streams, I'm pretty sure he's gonna play Phasmo. Actually, Phasmo would be. Loki. Phasmo would be kind of fun today as like a stream.
You want to play Phasmo?
Yeah.
I've got
maybe
literally look.
I gotta update mine.
Right here, ready to go.
Oh, there you go. He's got VR. Doc, do you have Phasmo?
I suppose I could download it.
Maybe we'll do a Phasmo.
Terrified about the idea of doing Phasmo in VR because, frankly, it's like, oh my god, they're here. The ghosts are here.
Maybe we'll do Phasmo tonight.
I'm still planning on getting VR. I haven't been able to get the cable. I want to get everything all in one shot so I can hook it up.
I am waiting to watch Jay play Phasmo in VR. I mean, honestly, having him taking ghost baiting to that high a level.
Yeah, Jay is really a ghost baiter.
Yeah, I'm a masturbator.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, I do not have a shirt that says that. I thought I had it for a while that said that.
All right. Gaming Doc. Any last words of the day?
Everyone, take care of yourselves. Enjoy the rest of your morning, afternoon, evening, or night. Understand that you are complete and amazing.
Do we have someone we can host, Jay?
And you can always end up taking it to the next level. Just because you're the best and you consider yourself the best doesn't mean that you can't be better. Yeah. And, take those little moments in stride, because the things that don't go right teach you more than most of the time when things go smoothly. So hang in there. You are wonderful and you are amazing, and blessings to you.
Loki the Good.
Penis.
That's your motivational quote for the day.
That's his first word. That's his first word, not his last word.
Or is it pizza?
I'm actually
Brownie.
going more of
Brownie.
I'm gonna go more with one of these. Yung Pekpek me Jason's bakla.
I regret. You ever regret teaching people foreign languages? I regret it sometimes, but it's so funny.
Okay, it's okay. He just doesn't want to say it in language I'll understand because he knows what'll happen.
But no, on a real note, we were talking about Ninja and all that, and all these people that make it up out of nowhere. It takes a really long time to get anywhere, any sort of traction at all.
It does, and it's a long road, and it's funny.
It's also a very lonely road.
It is. If everybody thinks this is easy, and it's a very lonely road, because as much as Loki and I talk a lot because we've been consistently streaming and stuff. It's also something where you're on this lonely road at times, because not everybody there is there all the time for you, and a lot of people don't understand that. And I it's funny, there was this kid that I don't know if he was in the brink of destruction with himself on TikTok. He reached out to me and like literally wrote a long thing about like how depressed he was. He doesn't even want to get out of bed. And I literally had to talk with him. I said, hey, look, this life, like I say, and this is part of my thing, it's 400 trillion to 1 is the odds of you ever being born. The odds that your mom and dad were ever put together to have you. You could have won the lotto 54 times before having you here today. And that's what people don't understand. People don't take advantage of this, where you're at today. Not what happened in the present, not what happened in the past, not what's going to happen in the future, but today. A lot of people forget about that shit. We take this shit for granted. We take this every day that you wake up, you take that shit for granted. A lot of people do not remember that these days are not promised to you. This life is not promised to you. So take full advantage, and instead of feeling sorry for yourself, instead of complaining about stuff that's happened in your life, take full advantage of what you could do with your life. That's what I'm going to say. Take advantage. You got one life. You got one opportunity. Take advantage and go do shit. Everybody, have a great rest of your Saturday, and we will see everybody on the next stream. Have a good... Oh, where the hell is my panel there? All right. Have a good night, everybody. We will see you all on the next Gulag Podcast with hopefully... Do we even have a guest for next? Do we have a confirmed guest for next?
We do not.
Okay, so we will make an announcement on the next guest. But this is this very special one to have an Emmy nominated producer and director here for you guys. So everybody have a great rest of your day. We'll see you all next time.